almost live. We are now live.
Right.
Ooh.
So how's your weekend going?
Uh,
I'm gonna unpause,
I have
shuffle a bit, and then pull a card.
I just got back from climbing.
Maybe
and
they do know who I am.
I've taken like a month
Maybe they're
long
celebrating at the
because,
sight of the monster.
My finger has been a little bit messed up. So I am so out of shape. But it was nice.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, that's sure it's good to be back, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. My weekend's been pretty good too. Still figuring things out for some personal stuff, but I'm ready for some League of Legends. I can tell you that. Let me pull up the rosters for these two teams actually, because I don't remember.
Yeah, it's Rostcon's team versus
Right.
The other team. Hold up.
Of course, yes. Rosticon versus the other team. That's all we need to know.
Yes.
Losers Key Survivors are Show.
Yeah. Show versus Rostcon.
Mm-hmm.
The only name I recognize from Losers Q Survivors is B-Cypher. I've seen Trogbog, but like that's about it.
I don't remember if I played with Shakia last semester, but I'd like subbed in a few times for various teams. I might have subbed in for Shakia's team at one point. I feel like I recall that, or maybe I subbed against them. But I do remember seeing that name in game at some point. Not exactly sure what the context of it was, but I do remember seeing it. I mean, I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, it's still first week, so I don't really have any real impressions on either team yet, because
there's nothing to have an impression of.
Like, off of.
And yeah, like, I think
on paper only means so much.
I think something I've noticed just from looking at these two rosters is that there's a lot of there's not a lot of overlap in where the skilled players are going to be. Yeah,
that's kind of true. We have Optimal, our highest rank bot laner in bot lane, and then Tank up in top. But on the other side, Winner, he has support as his main role, and then the next highest player on their team is in the jungle. So all the so they're all in different parts. It'll be interesting to see who is able to carry them. Yeah. No spec links have been dropped just yet. We're just waiting. Oh, Brian, first to comment, oh boy. Yeah, once the other streams come out, I'll probably pin that as a message at the top. You have a spec link now. I'll hand that over to you as well, so you can look at it. There you go. DM'd it to you. I think another stream has gone live. Yep, Sehu streaming that one. And Mod Masu is streaming another match.
Something I've just realized my microphone's been muted. Something I'm interested to see is I'm wondering whether or not they're going to prioritize something hyper carry for optimal, considering what I know of the bot lane meta is not exactly hyper carries, but also usually when you have an AD carry that's that good, you would like them to carry your team.
Yeah, so what I'm kind of expecting as priority for optimal is actually Varus. Last semester I was his support, and he did
Mhm.
like being. Varus is like decent in the current meta with his lethality build. There are
Mhm.
some like other like good picks, but Varus to him it gives him a little bit of agency with the R, and he's able to do a wide variety of builds to fit the situation. But it's mainly
Mhm.
that bit of agency with the R that he likes a lot when he is the higher ranked player trying to make the calls. Um, so I might we might see a Varus out of him.
Varus might be interesting. Do make sure that you change the stream to show the draft if that's
Right.
something you plan on
That
doing.
did start. So
Yeah, draft has started.
change
We
it
have a
over there.
Leona ban from DraftKings. DraftKings on the blue side, I presume. Do we know who won the coin toss?
Um, it looks like Rusticon won the coin toss. So they selected blue side.
Gotcha. Makes
Another
sense.
champion I'm looking at that Optimal may take is actually the Ziggs.
Mm,
It is the champion that he climbed up to Grandmaster on, and he does like the champion. It does put a bit of pressure elsewhere on the map to have a bit of more consistent damage because and be a bigger hyper carry because usually
yeah,
just Ziggs isn't enough to be the lone carry.
yeah. And you do have tank in the top lane, so I am waiting for the Teemo ban because tank Teemo, I mean, are you gonna let him play that?
Yeah, like if it unless they didn't scout or anything, it's kind of weird that we haven't seen a Teemo ban just yet. Unless Trogbog is saying, "Hey, let him have the Teemo. I'll fight him. I'll deal with him."
Yeah, but I don't know if I was Shakya or whoever. Wait, what's the tag of the guy named the Discord guy winner 272678? Who is that guy?
That's a good question.
Uh, do you know what his in-game name is?
No.
Nighthawk. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Nighthawk. I don't know if Nighthawk or Shakya would trust that, and it looks like they are leaving the team up. So maybe Trogbog did say something like that, and they are
Yeah,
trusting it, or maybe they didn't do any research.
it's a little bit of a weird strat because, usually if the enemy team has a one trick, it it
You
should
ban
just
it.
get banned.
Hmm.
But
I
also,
mean,
this being the first game of the semester, it could be a little bit of testing the waters if the DraftKings decided to not take Teemo B1 here. They're saying they don't actually have that high priority on Teemo, but they slammed it B1 and Trogbug, seeing that in Solok's Aatrox. I'm not
yeah,
a I'm not too knowledgeable on these matchups, but I believe Tank said that it can be a little bit hard because you get hit by one Q, it
it
kind of
just
fucks
you
you
can
up.
just.
You're a squishy little rat.
Hmm.
So
Though this squishy little rat is about two and a half is about what 2.5 divisions higher than his opponent. So
yeah,
I have a
so
feeling he might. And as a one trick, I feel like no one knows the matchup better than the person playing the one trick,
oh,
right?
definitely. He's seen this matchup a dozen times uh on Aatrox's higher ranked. He knows
Hmm.
how it should be played out. We just need to see Tank not get a little bit too cocky. Because Aatrox, he does damage. You're still a squishy rat. If he gets the combo off, you're still likely dead.
Yeah, looks like we did see the Varus Lulu, like you suggested.
Yep, Varus coming
Uh,
out, and yeah,
yeah.
that gives Optimal a bit of agency in his own lane, so that if
You
he
think?
sees an opportunity, if he sees either B Cypher or Nighthawk caught out a little bit, then he can just pull the trigger and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're fighting now. We're going to mess you up now."
Uh-huh. And I do notice. with the Lulu, do you think that might mean an on-hit Varus is incoming, or do you think it's just like a Lulu just because it's a good enchanter to pick for safety?
So normally, assuming all ranks equal, I would think that Lulu is being picked for more of attack speed Varus, but this is GG. We don't know these players' champion pools. It could just be that Lulu is just what they're most comfortable on. It's really important to have your lower elo players be on something that they're at
Hmm.
least comfortable on, because if they're not,
Yeah.
then one, they're not having fun and likely won't even come back, and two, uh, that'll help them match up better into all these other higher elo players. I think the average rank here at GG is like Emerald, somewhere in the Emeralds. So just being on a comfort champion just helps them so much.
Hmm. Put them more on the level with what the average is.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, it does look like the main. I did just notice this looking back through. By the way, you never changed the. Did you change the stream to the draft?
Uh, I I believe I did. People were
Okay,
commenting
there we go.
on it.
There we go. It
I
looked like
sent you the
my
draft
stream.
link. I'm just streaming the
Yeah,
client to you and through Discord.
yeah. I see it. It's Sorry, what was I looking at? Oh, the DraftKings team is all five players are playing their main role, which is a benefit.
That is a very big benefit. Putting someone off role probably drops them like a few divisions too.
Especially the lower elo they already are, the worse
Yeah.
they will be at something that they don't know how to play.
Yep. We have a J4 coming out into. I do like J4 into Jin in general, but J4, he's being slated for some buffs. He's not looking the best right now. And there is Rossicon's Ornn mid lane.
The
Uh,
classic.
he's a patented Ornn mid lane. I'm
Hmm.
not too opposed to the Ornn in this game as I would normally, and that's because generally, top lane you have a fighter, you have a bit of a meatball ish, but they don't really have that this game. They do have the Teemo. He's going to be creating chaos. He's really squishy, and it helps having a nice frontliner in Ornn who can fall behind if there were. I believe it's Roscon. Who's their mid laner? Is their mid laner the higher ranked player? I forget.
Are we talking for losers queue
Yeah, for
or
losers
DraftKings?
queue.
Losers queue is Show, I believe, is their mid laner. Actually, I just noticed this that losers queue has all five players playing their main role as well.
Oh, that is also pretty nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that being said, Hui should bully the Ornn, granted.
Hmm.
Um, Once Ornn hits around about one item, so long as he's not too far behind, he gets the MR Sunfire cape, he can start actually ignoring the Hui a little bit. Just like push out the wave, and it'll be kind of fine.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see if that does come to fruition. I know that if this left side draft gets to later on in the game, this Varus is going to be very problematic to deal with.
oh yes, they don't really have anyone tanky. If it is a lethality Varus, everyone's going to be getting chunked by these Qs coming from him, and it's going to be a problem. Like Nautilus, if he doesn't have aftershock, is paper thin. Hui doesn't build a lot of resistances. Karthus, he's Karthus. If you're not dying, you're not utilizing his passive. But still, granted, Karthus does have an incredibly fast clear. Should outpace the J4. We could see him just like run into a lane, start queuing someone. But
Yeah.
it's very interesting. I can see this kind of going either way on paper. But
Hmm.
Tank is on Teemo. I expect him to dominate top lane. He is on his one trick.
What's the worst that
Hmm.
could happen?
I expect this Aatrox to have very little fun. Part of me is expecting this Aatrox to maybe face the consequences of melee versus ranged and be ganked by Jarvan 6 times. Um, we'll see if that actually does happen. I feel like that might not be a terrible idea. to focus on your master tier player playing his one trick.
Yep. It's also this J4 has some very clear lanes that he should play towards as well. Varus has set up. It is a little bit harder for Teemo to gank his own Teemo though, because Teemo doesn't have a lot of setup for the gank. So unless Aatrox is really overextended, he might be able to just walk on out.
Well, something to consider is that this Teemo is going to likely get lane shove.
Yep.
For a good portion of the early lane, so you could theoretically see a dive happen if you get some poke down and things like that. I don't know exactly how that'll happen, but I do know that like I feel like the Aatrox will be vulnerable this game.
Oh, definitely. I'm fully expecting 6 scrubs to go the way of the DraftKings. Whether or not that'll happen, who knows? But that's what I'm kind of expecting. Yeah, it's aside from that, Jhin Nautilus, it is a strong lane into Varus Lulu.
Yeah.
I don't know bot lane matchups too well, so I can't really comment on it. Don't diss my Aatrox. My bad. It is Aatrox can do fine into Teemo. One misstep, Teemo gets blown up.
Yeah.
Like,
but the expectation is that this Teemo will not be misstepping.
Yeah. He is the solo carry demon. Alright. We're ready for it.
We'll see.
Trust. Okay, we'll trust you. We'll trust you.
Technically speaking, picking the Aatrox is also a takeaway from Rastakhan because he likes to play Aatrox mid as well.
Does he now? That's interesting.
Yeah, if I recall, he played a few games of Aatrox last semester.
I remember Rastakhan also plays a good bit of Zoe as well.
Does he? That's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, the fuck did Tank get Teemo? Yeah, Tank got Teemo.
Yep. We'll see how this bot lane matchup goes, like you said. I have a slight feeling that that the Nautilus will, I mean, obviously since Nautilus is the better player of that side, I feel like the Nautilus is going to have to put in a lot of work. Because, I mean, if you're going to have to hit some good hooks. Obviously, you know, a hook champion has to hit their hook in order to do things. Crazy mind explosion. Oh, I see. He went Ignite. I mean, that makes sense. But exhaust from the Lulu is interesting.
Yeah, there's only really one person that Lulu will be in range of to exhaust, and that's the Aatrox. You're never exhausting Nautilus. Hui, you should never really be in range of to exhaust, neither Jhin. I can see maybe exhausting a Karthus, because sometimes they just run in.
But this is a Karthus with no flash also, so I don't think he'll be getting into range.
Yeah, Karthus with exhaust, he's probably planning to get an early invade actually with his increased clear speed, probably clear through and look to invade and fight this Jarvan with his Q spam, and that is one that Karthus can win, I believe.
I would be concerned fighting an Aatrox. I guess this is a silver ranked Jarvan to think about. But I would still be nervous fighting a Jarvan of any level. He can just auto attack you to death if you miss your spells.
Yep, that is true. That like 7% max health damage.
Yeah, every what
can
like 8
do quite a bit.
I mean, not 8 seconds, but it's like something around there of like you just get hit by Jarvan passive.
Yep, and for those of you who want to check out some of the other matches going on, there are 2 matches that are going on at the same time. We have Sehu streaming BBL Drizzy versus 5 Pigs, 1 team, and then Goober Gobblers versus 4 Small Lincolns, and that's being casted by Mad Maso. I've pinned the streams over in chat. If you would like to check them out.
I love 4 Small Lincolns. I love 4 Small Lincolns. That team name is so great. I think
Oh,
all of these teams. Yeah. No. I was gonna say are all these teams in Group A, but no, they're not actually.
no,
BBL
they are
Jersey
not.
and 5 Pigs 1 team are in Group B.
All right, so who wins the skin war?
Uh
I think it's
it's
going the
not.
way of Red Side, simply because they have more skins.
Yeah, yeah, they do have more skins. I'm not the biggest fan of Empyrean Jin myself. I think there's a few other skins that are better, but Red Side just has more skins,
It's
so
definitely
they win.
not a bad skin,
Oh no, not at
but
all. Jin, but the standard for skins for Jin is like it's just way higher.
it is pretty high. It looks like we do have a 5 stack coming out from Red Side. They might be invading with this Nautilus.
That is a good strategy considering there's not. I mean, I first of all just good strategy because it's Nautilus.
Yep, they're walking
I'm
in.
not.
They've sussed something out. I'm gonna see the Lulu here. Not gonna
Maybe a
flash
flash?
hook. Good E by
No.
Optimal to dissuade them a little bit, and all they get is a bit of vision.
It looks like it will be the on hit Varus because of PTA.
Alright. Now, what I would have liked to see come out of the Draft Kings is that like 4 of them at least are bot side doing that invade. I would have wanted to see J4 walk in, put down a deeper ward into the top red jungle
Yeah,
quadrant.
something like a Raptors ward to see where the Karthus is starting.
Yeah. It's like, look at all this
Mhm.
information. There are 2 wards down in bot side, and meanwhile, blue side has no clue where the Karthus is starting. Red side knows exactly that J4 is starting on blue, and they are able to do what they will with that information.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Jarvan a character that normally starts on his blue buff, or is that something specific that's happening?
Um,
I don't
I
think
am not
I don't.
really the person to answer that because I'm not really knowledgeable in jungle pathing, jungle clearing, but it could just
Mhm.
be that J4 recognized. Wait, what were the bans they gave Teemo? Yeah, they didn't ban Teemo. I can pull up the bans real quick.
Yeah, I can pull it back up if you need,
Yeah,
or you got it.
they banned Ashe, Volibear, Jinx first round, and left
And
open
then
the
and then
Teemo.
it was B1 Tebow. So
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, this could be a situation where Blue Side is saying, hey, Teemo can't really help you set up a gank. He's going to get prio early anyways. There isn't going to be any gank set up there. Just path towards bot. There could be something going on there.
That is an interesting. That I think that is an interesting strategy. I think if Jarvan manages to get an early gank off, that will work well. But it does feel like the safer idea would be to just play into the lane that already has. You know what I mean? Like play towards where you're strong. Maybe
Uh,
that's just me, but
that is a strategy, but the problem is ooh, Optimal getting some good damage down, might. Okay, he'll burn from Jhin. Low. Gonna flash Q. Gets the first blood over to Optimal.
ooh,
With the
Cypher not
flash.
flashing that, letting himself be killed by the flash Q.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay from B Cypher. Kind of just let himself die. Thought he was
Yeah,
out. Wasn't quite so.
yeah, he did get auto attacked by Varus 3 times.
Yeah, that did in fact happen. Pop those blight stacks and does quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, resets a bunch of his cooldowns as well.
Yep.
Bit unfortunate of a start for Red Side here. I can't say it was unexpected because I feel like this Varus is going to be very strong in the game, but maybe not expected this early.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Looks like Karthus getting another deep ward in on the Jarvan.
They have doing a good job of getting some just knowledge on tracking where this J4 is going. They know exactly, okay, he's topside now, be careful Aatrox. Which is a little bit of a problem because Tank is trying to set up a freeze here. Well, not getting hooked.
Oh,
And,
that looks
Nautilus
strange.
getting punished for that hook in. Getting chunked. Willow, like 40% HP now.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to make another one of those plays before you back. Oh, Rastakhan?
Yep, he was just comboing the wave. Tried to get it
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, it looked like he just... Yeah. And the Aatrox did back up. Is that top wave frozen? Can you
It is top wave
tell
frozen.
just from the min... Yeah.
Yep.
That is rather unfortunate. And also the part of what we were saying earlier with the price you pay for being a melee character into a ranged character top lane.
Yep. I think doing a great job controlling the wave is going to make it a little bit hard for Aatrox. He might want to call up his Karthus to just help break the freeze, get it to bounce back towards him. Karthus doing a bit of counter jungling, taking away a good few camps from J4.
And you'll notice that despite the 400... Well, I would say the gold lead is actually about 400. Never mind. I was going to say the Karthus is outfarming the Jarvan. Just took his first back now with a Dark Seal.
In the mid lane, Ruscon is 6. Hits the Orn Horn. Though Detox Egg didn't hit the flag and drag, but still gets the kill. Do manage to trade 1 for 1. Show doing a great job to outplay that gank. Would have liked to see Detox Egg either hold the EQ to make sure he can guarantee it, or have Rascon be a little bit more patient with his engage.
Yeah, I'd also say that the Ornn actually gets a lot of value out of this trade, because now he has Merc Treads, and Merc Treads into Karthus Hui mid jungle is going to be very, very valuable. Not being, you know, the fear CC doesn't last as long or something, but more importantly, the magic resist is gonna make it a lot easier for Ornn to just exist in the lane.
No, definitely. This is one of those reasons why you typically see an AD mid laner paired with an AT jungler, so they don't have the matching damage type, and make it a really easy job for the mid laner to just itemize a tiny bit of resistances to just kind of ignore a lot of the damage that he's going to be seeing. Though, Rascon taking quite a bit of free damage.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been taking more if he didn't buy Merc Treads.
That is true. I'll give you that. But he's kind of getting abused by this Hui now, who after his first back got a lost chapter. Rascon gonna have to... Ooh, almost gets taken down by the QW right there. Didn't really respect the Hui range. He's gonna have to back up. Still have to TP back to lane. Still alive though.
Yeah.
But there should be a plate or two over to the Hui.
Yeah, it looks like just the one, and then the Ornn TP's back to lane. A big shame, because he didn't even actually get anything off of that base timing. He went back with the Doran's Blade and Mercury Treads, and he came back with Mercury Treads and a Doran's Shield.
And we're seeing just that scenario where Teemo gets hit by 1Q and he loses so much of his HP.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they get the kill, but they do force the Teemo out of lane.
Yeah. Thankfully, Teemo did not have to burn any sum, so he can still play just as aggressive. And here's that scenario where Optimal just sees an angle trying to go in onto the Jhin, does force a TP out of Hui, expecting some aggression. Rascon moving on down, misses the grasp from Hui. Nighthawk walking in a little bit too far though, forced to pop the ulti. Ornhorn coming down, Karthus ulti coming down on top, and there goes the Nautilus. Fight continuing a little bit more. Show falls down to Optimal. And a dive coming in onto B Cypher, but Detox Egg taking quite a bit of turret damage, saved by the Lulu ultimate. That's going to be a 2-for-0 in favor of the Draft Kings. Jhin ulti trying to find some exit kills, does manage to find the Rattle the Frog.
2 for 1.
2 for 1, not bad.
Yeah, you did waste a TP as well on top of that, so definitely a positive trade in favor of DraftKings.
Oh, definitely. But what I'm also seeing is 3-0 Varus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit dangerous tank here, getting traded on. Gets out of the chain before it pulls him into the Q3.
Yeah, we also see a support roam up top. Nighthawk on his way up, waiting in the bush, daring Tank to walk up a little bit too far. We know
Now
that Teemo's going to push up a little bit. Missed chains from Aatrox. Q2 misses. Q3 doesn't come out. Missed hook from the models as well. Blind. Is he going to save it? Does not. Gets knocked up.
Okay.
Gets taken down thanks to the support roam.
Wow. That felt way easier than it looked like it was going to be.
Yep. Again, you just land one bit of CC and Teemo just gets popped.
Yeah. I mean, even with Burning Flash and Ignite, he didn't even get close to getting anything back there.
Yeah, didn't have any shrooms prepped up just yet.
Well, he did have one. He had one in the front bush, but it looks like the Aatrox bought a sweeper early to reveal it, and no one stepped on it.
Yep.
So good job from Nighthawk and Trogbog avoiding the traps that may have been set, and getting a kill back.
Oh, and we should see Rusticon dying to the Sway ulti right there. A little bit unfortunate, but Ornn is there to survive lane.
Yeah.
I
mean, granted, he's not surviving the lane.
He's not surviving, but he's doing his best.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a god of the Forge is meant for, to do his best.
Exactly. I do want to. Oh,
there's
another
Varus
fight
ulti
here.
just
A
there.
little bit of aggression over towards B Cypher. Nautilus ulti committed, and so is the exhaust. Nice, two-man knockup coming from the Lulu as well. Pick up a kill, and the J4 trying to do a cross-map play and get the grubs. Doesn't really falls to them. Tank manages to take a return kill onto the Karthus. Does manage to get out. Only one grub was taken, I believe, and it went.
Two grubs. Two grubs are taken. Can you click on
yeah, 2 grubs. I think the scoreboard will be updated once. Oh, actually, no. Red side has 5 grubs.
We've just not been paying attention.
You know, they added a bunch of icons for the grubs. It's all confusing. Which one is it?
Really
like,
someone said in the chat, did you talk about the GG prizes? No, we did not. We can talk about that. We can talk about that between games, maybe.
Yeah, I was planning to bring that up after the conclusion of this game. We see a flash over the wall, missed EQ, but CC still going down onto this way, getting real low, and just gets hit by a spear.
Yeah, that's a Jarvan with Eclipse and Hui with a Blackfire torch, and
yep,
he flashed on you. So I don't think there's much you can do about that.
Things going down. Looks like they're trying to just get this last grub that has spawned.
The Karthus is behind them on the blue buff. I don't think he's gonna want to challenge that.
He hasn't been spotted just yet. We'll be seen on this ward here.
Oh no. He's gone directly into them.
Oh no. Yeah, this should be a
That's
dead Karthus. Doesn't
yeah,
get
definitely.
the scuttle. A little bit unfortunate. There were some pings that went down saying that, hey, there's a J4 and a Ornn over in the river. Be careful a bit, but
yeah, it would also have shown
kind of stuck.
Shown on. It did also show on the side of the screen, I believe, that Jarvan killed the last grub. I believe it does show that.
Yeah, so he knew they were in the area, but he didn't. He was trying to find a way out. Couldn't quite do that.
Yeah, I think he was expecting Jarvan to go to his blue buff, and then Jarvan was taking the scuttle crab, so he was still in the river when he tried to walk back. I think that would be my closest estimation of what happened.
That's probably exactly what happened. Optimal did miss his Varus ulti. Thought he saw an opportunity, but Show a little bit far away. Oh no, Detox Egg EQing onto the Raptors. Didn't notice the Karthus right on by. Nighthawk coming here to support, and this should just be a death to J4, running right into the Aatrox. Oh no.
Well, who do you want to give the kill to?
Oh, went over to the Aatrox.
That really is your choice at that point. It's who do you want to have the 300 gold? Or was it a shutdown? No, he did not have a shutdown.
It wasn't a shutdown.
Interesting.
I think he's found out the Aatrox. He should just be able to dash over the wall, but takes half his health in return.
Yeah, I mean, this is the main thing that Teemo does, is that he just appears out of nowhere and does half of your health and then walks away, and you're like, man, that was annoying.
Pretty much. We haven't seen too much come out of the Teemo just yet. He has had incredible lane control, but that timely support roam kind of put it back to even-ish.
Yeah.
He's gonna start working on this, making this top side his home. And meanwhile, Roscom a little bit caught out on the Karthus.
He was pretty far pushed up. I'm surprised he got out so easily.
Yeah, they just made the call. Hey, don't shove up too far. We see some other people trying to collapse on us. Take it slow. Be a bit careful. Teams
like
are
our
setting
next-
up for this dragon.
Yeah, the gold lead is 2k for blue side, but you do have to note that red side has 5 Gromps and 1 dragon, and is about to get a second dragon.
No real contest coming out. Actually, we see Roscon TPing
Roscon
in.
teleport?
Bot lane
Might
not
be an
quite
attempted
yet
steal.
in position. Dragon has been secured. A little bit of a steal. Tried to happen. Didn't quite get it. Both teams kind of just back off.
Yeah, and I think it's very smart for them to back off after killing that dragon, because I don't think the Karthus and the Jhin beat Orange Jarvan in a 2v2.
Yeah, there's also not too much of a reason to go for a fight there. Your bot wave was not pushed up at all, so you can't quickly turn it into a bot tower. There were already people in mid who were shoving that wave. They wouldn't really have gotten anything out of a fight there, so they kind of just make a call. Hey, we came out ahead on this. Let's just back off.
It definitely was the right call. I think we're gonna see, yeah, Rosicon pushed up all the way to the tier 2 here, but there's not gonna really be a punish coming in. Looks like Jhin is going to be answering the...
Ooh, hook onto the Teemo, knocked out by the Nautilus ulti as well, but Baby Cage coming out, trapping the Karthus. He is alone there. Nice two-man knockup. J4 falling in return, Karthus ulti coming on in, and this Lulu is kind of alone. Does manage to flash on out. Meanwhile, Ornn getting chased down by the Jhin, does manage to get out. Flash hook committed, does not find anyone.
Looks like that'll be the mid-tier 1 taken. And it does look like that Ornn had to flash in order to get away from the Jhin, but does manage to get away. Jhin ulti used in exchange for the Ornn flash. I'd say that's probably worth it for Jhin. I am surprised that Jhin is the one answering on the bot lane, considering that Hui has teleport available in case something like this happens, where a fight breaks out.
Yeah,
but
Jhin really shouldn't be the one answering that. He should be going to mid lane. He's not. He doesn't have TP. Hui has TP and can come in, support his team. But Santi tank died because he got hooked and then knocked up by Nautilus, and then Karthus ulted. Is my guess. But after the hook and Nautilus ulti, he was very low. We might see a fight here over the Herald, part 2, Boogaloo.
yeah, I think this Nautilus is going to have to come.
Nice two-man knockup, but we see the Aatrox has a nice little flank. Not really hitting anyone just yet, though. Ornn and J4 providing a nice front line, getting zoning all the rest of the members out. J4 going back in, throws down the Cataclysm. Varus ulti misses, but they do get the Herald. So far,
Yeah,
only the Karthus dies, and both teams walk away.
Yeah, 1 for 0 and the Herald taken for DraftKings. I really don't know. See, that does seem like a problem that this losers queue team will survive. Well, sorry, face in the future. Who walks up in these into Orange Jarvan? It can be the Nautilus, but it doesn't look like the Nautilus is incredibly enthusiastic about walking up. He's not very tanky. He doesn't even have an item completed yet. I don't think Aatrox isn't building tanky either, so he's probably not going to be able to walk up. So you have Jhin traps for setup, and you have Hui. Like, walking into Hui is incredibly hard, so I feel like in order to win, you're going to have to be onto these objectives first.
Yep.
You can't be the one walking into Ornn, Varus, Lulu, Jarvan. You're just going to... That's going to happen. You're going to die.
Definitely. I do think that Aatrox, with the way he's playing, he does want to be on some sort of flank. I think that's the best position for him to be on. But that leaves the rest of the 4-man. Oh no, Tank. He was trying to do something cheeky, but got found out by the static shiv. And
that is...
little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, that is incredibly unfortunate.
That's a very strange interaction. I wouldn't expect static shiv to hit something invisible.
I completely understand why it would. Also was not my expectation.
I feel like it shouldn't. But I can also see it happening.
Show a little caught out here.
Yeah, he's just
use the
he's
ulti.
just gonna die for free here.
Uses the pool. Looks like he wants to hand the kill over to the Varus, but Varus doesn't want to take it.
Yeah, actually, they do send 4 members to deal with the Hui, get a bit of bot side pressure, and in response they get a tier 2 top. Not too great. We have the Nautilus also hovering the Aatrox here. We could see another dead Teemo. Varus ulti committed on Karthus, and Tank also dead. Someone's going to have to respond to the top lane, otherwise they're going to lose an inhibitor turret. Meanwhile, ping's going down on the dragon. We see recalls being popped. And
it's gonna be a 4v4 or sorry, 4v3 over the dragon if they're contesting, but they decide to stay in the end anyways to try and take the inhib turret. Or, I guess, the wave.
Unfortunately, they didn't have a wave just yet ready. Optimal will be able to come on out. They should have communicated that some ultis were burned, and that Varus can freely kind of walk up and help clear this wave. They won't lose their inhibitor turret in return.
No, but they do lose a good chunk of it, and they are even in gold with an extra dragon and 5 grubs. This is close. This is going to be a close match, and if, like, for example, one late game team fight goes the way of losers queue, I feel like they can just run it down top lane, and they're just going to be able to run over the base with 5 grubs.
Oh, definitely. But another thing to consider is that these Ornn items are starting to come out. He's level 13, has one for himself now, and every level afterwards should be giving one to a teammate. Next, Rastakhan misses the Ornn horn.
He does just get to walk out for free, though.
Little bit unfortunate right there.
He traded ultis with Y.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? Like, that's all that happened there, really.
That's pretty much all that happened.
No matter how it looks, they both used their ultimate and neither of them died.
We do see that the blue team wants to start setting up for this Baron. They have called up Rastakhan to be that frontliner, to give them a little bit of space to play with when they want to walk in. But this also means that Sho is getting free time to hit the turret down bot. They're likely going to lose that.
Looks like he's backing away because he's not sure where everyone was on the map, but seeing the Varus clear the mid wave does give him the space to push further.
Exactly.
Are they going to start that? I don't think they should be starting this right now.
I don't think so either. They're kind of just holding control of the area.
Yeah, which looks like Jarvan actually spots the Karthus counter jungling. Flashy Q.
This should be a dead Karthus quite immediately. Cataclysm and Varus ulti committed. Look onto the J4. Both junglers will fall down. This is not going to be a Baron attempt with the Karthus down.
Yeah, trading 1-for-1. Jarvan flash, Karthus exhaust, and Hui teleport. So you do have teleport advantage on the Ornn now, so he definitely should be going to one of these side lanes. Just because he can get to any team fight anytime, as long as there's a ward, and the Hui just can't do that, so someone has to go answer him, and they'll have an advantage on the map.
Normally, I would agree with this. However, one thing that a lot of people look over is that your tank is the one that's giving you the space to walk into some of these areas, so you can get that control, get that vision control. We saw earlier, in some situations, if the tank isn't there, you're against a Nautilus Jhin Hui. If any one of the other people get hooked, they're getting popped. So it's incredibly dangerous to walk into Fog of War against those people as your 4. So in those cases, even if your tank has teleport, you do actually want him ready there to buy you that space, and we're kind of seeing that here with Tank just getting popped by Karthus, and the Aatrox and Detox Egg down very, very low. Gets the Lulu ulti. Now Karthus ulti being committed should take down the J4. Does not now.
Oh my
Way
God.
ulti committed as well. Optimal getting rooted up by the Nautilus and gets taken
Ross
down
failed
as
splash.
well. 1,000 gold shutdown over to him, and this is just going to be a Baron.
Wow, you were completely correct. It happened right as you said it. The Teemo gets caught out placing shrooms in the jungle. Jarvan tries to help the Teemo, gets caught out himself, dies to the Karthus ulti. Ornn fails his flash trying to get away from the team fight and dies. Optimal flashes correctly over the wall, followed by Nighthawk with Ignite and Flash, and he just dies.
Yep. Again, it might be theoretically correct. Hey, I have TP, I can play on the other side of the map, but if your team can't even enter safely, you're the tank, you're the frontliner, you're the one supposed to be buying your team space so they can enter. So it just makes it incredibly hard and is often overlooked because, hey, I have TP. Doesn't matter all too much when your team can't enter like that.
Yeah, and now that you mention it, now that this Baron play has ended, the Losers Queue survivors, I'm still trying to learn the team names. Up almost 5k. Dragon spawning soon. It's going to be third Drake for them if they go for it. Looks like they're going to. The Aatrox across the map with teleport. It's going to be hard for DraftKings to walk up. It's going to be hard for them to play.
Exactly, and still Teemo trying his best to be a pest here, but they've been honestly doing quite well to find that one CC and just blow him up. He hasn't been really effective in the sideline. This is going to be really interesting for future matches, for future drafts. Our teams might even opt to leave Teemo open just because we're seeing right now, just because tank has Teemo doesn't mean it's an auto win.
Yeah, and if you have a competent person, a competent Aatrox player, like Trogbog has proven, he seems quite adept at the Aatrox. You can answer him. Maybe with a support roam up to top lane or something like that, similar to how they have in this game. You can play around it.
We do see a trade of ultimates going down mid lane. It's just the Varus and the Hui now hook on to the J4. He's getting taken quite low. 3 members of the DraftKings taken below 50% HP. This should be the signal to go for this mid lane turret right here.
Yeah, and I think if you're DraftKings, you kind of just have to let them
committed.
see.
They saw the recall, engage onto 2, gets interrupted by the Nautilus though, and we see the Jhin opening up. Karthus getting in the middle of the mix, and the Cataclysm not doing a whole too much. Optimal will fall to the Karthus ulti, and it's just too
Wait, teleports back into the fight.
late. That's a
He has teleport back.
4-for-1 in favor of the red team here.
And everyone's dead for 30 seconds except for Tank. They can end the game here. I think they will. That's gonna be...
They have the Baron minions. It's just a lowly Teemo. They still have CC to deal with him. Unless something goes catastrophically wrong, Teemo shouldn't be able to defend this.
Yeah, they could run it down to try and kill him under his fountain, in which case they might not win the game, but they're gonna win the game here.
Yeah,
GG.
Game 1 goes over to the side of Loser Q survivors.
Yeah, who was the person who said don't diss my Aatrox? You were completely right. That Aatrox
they were
really
completely correct. They called it.
That Aatrox did look really good.
Right.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna... Do you know how long the breaks usually are between games? Is it usually just a few minutes?
Usually we try to give them around about 5-10 minutes in between games in case someone needs to go to the bathroom, get a bit of water. But usually up to 10 minutes, I believe. And yeah, just pulling up the damage chart. Let me pull that up for you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hui doing quite a bit, Karthus doing quite a bit. Teemo was doing a lot of damage, but it was a lot of meaningless damage. It never really amounted to anything aside from maybe some early lane pressure, but after that, really not much.
Could you look at structure damage? I want to see how much the Teemo actually did get on the side lane. I believe it's closer to the
damage
bottom.
to turrets. He did get the most on his team, but if you're again, it's really hard to push up without vision, so he wasn't able to hit too many towers.
Yeah, I am gonna blame the Jarvan clearing from bot to top, or from top to bot, excuse me, for a reason why Timo didn't get more, but that's just my own personal opinion. I don't know if that's objectively true. Maybe the Timo could have been playing better without Jarvan's help, but they did just try to leave Timo in isolation, and he didn't get all that much out of it.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky things. By the time J4 completed his full clear, Tank had did a little bit of an invade because he did a third or fourth wave crash and was starting to bounce back towards him. And from there he wants to set up a freeze. So it was just like if J4 cleared from bot to top, it would have he would have been able to he might have been able to get off a gank just like one wave later, but
Yeah, during the freeze, you mean, or like while the
yeah,
wave was
once
pushing
the
back?
freeze actually came into effect, but by the time he completed his clear, it was still uh it was still pushed up.
Hmm.
So a little bit unfortunate. That being said, losers queue survivors did well. They had a nice pick, huh? Took advantage of uh, uh those were some great Jin W's to lock some people down, hitting the J4 a bunch, hitting the Timo a bunch. It
Yeah,
was good showing for them.
they did seem to take good advantage of Jarvan over aggressing. It felt like the Jarvan was playing rather aggressively, and it felt like that whenever he did get pull his team into a fight instead of a one, you know what I mean? Like instead of a small skirmish, it turns into a team fight. That losers queue was just coming out on top every time.
Oh, definitely. It also helped that Losers Q was able to they just played the side lane so much more effectively. It felt like Tink was a little bit scared to walk up, which could be for a number of reasons. I didn't quite check vision. That's usually the main reason why someone wouldn't want to push up. And it's a very good reason to, actually. You never want to push up without knowledge of where the enemy team is, because that just means a free death.
Yeah, that did happen to. I believe that happened to the play at some point during this game.
Definitely, yep. But on the other hand, Losers Queue Survivors did have they had pressure in basically both side lanes. They had Hui doing pressure down bot, Aatrox pressuring top, and Timo not willing to push up too much for whatever reason. So
Hmm.
it's that just makes it a little bit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see. Are they?
aside
Has the
from
next
that,
lobby started up? Okay. Sorry.
not yet. I haven't gotten any
Invite. I don't look
invitation
like it.
just yet.
Who do you think? Okay, okay, not who. What do you think is going to change for DraftKings between this game and the next one? Do you think they're going to play Timo again?
I still think they should play Timo. It's what Tank is most comfortable on, and
Mhm.
it you just in general, you want your players to be on the champions that they are most comfortable on. If they happen to work well competitively or well in a team environment, then bonus points. But first
Mhm.
thing comes first, you want them on something that they're comfortable on. And Timo, he is comfortable on it. It was just some unfortunate circumstances that led him to getting a bit behind. That being said, I don't think a Teemo ban will be coming out. I think they're going to
Yeah,
leave it open.
definitely not.
I think Tank is going to get Teemo again.
Do you think they're going to ban Aatrox from DraftKings side?
I actually don't think so. Because Tank was able to play into the Aatrox, even after he got +2 kills. He did have to be a bit more careful, but he was still able to play it. He wasn't randomly getting
Mhm.
solo killed by the Aatrox. He still mostly had control. So I don't think they're
Mhm.
actually going to ban Aatrox. I could possibly see a ban towards Karthus or Jin or something along those
Hmm.
lines. Maybe the
Maybe
Jin
the
Jin
Nautilus.
provides quite a bit of setup. Karthus, he is one of the higher ranked players and will could possibly take over the game like he kind of did. He got so much farm, invaded constantly. They had full knowledge of where this J4 was.
Hmm. Yeah, it did feel like in that early game they had full knowledge of where he was, and Shakia was able to use that to get a giant like advantage in terms of objectives and farm. Like they were down like 3 kills and even in gold at one point in this game.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate.
Hmm.
Now, I know that Rusticon is an Orin connoisseur, but I do kind of want him to spice it up a little bit. I want to see Detox Egg on switch over to a more frontline champion. It could be the Amu, it could be the Maokai, it could be a Sejuani. Uh, Rusticon, if he wants to play Ornn, sure, go ahead. He seems comfortable on it. Uh,
Hmm.
but
Maybe you first pick the Aatrox for Tang or for Rastakhan.
possibly that could be an option. Um, but yeah, I would like to see the tank in the tank in the jungle so that Roscon does seem to want to side lane, and it's
Hmm.
if they're running the Teemo, they need to have a tank somewhere else or someone that's able to face check uh, into into the enemy team, buy them space. And if
Hmm.
Ornn isn't there immediately, then it's really hard to.
I'd actually like if they end up going with the same draft strategy. I'd like Tank to take teleport on Teemo because I know he uses Ignite as a lane pressuring tool. But I feel like teleport would allow him to play closer to what a more optimized strategy for later on in the game, so that you can just be a Teemo on the side lane, throw a bunch of shrooms in the side lane, and then when you need to show up for something, you can either show up or you can just like run down a next turret. You know what I mean? Like you don't necessarily have to be there early. You could be there on time instead.
I see what you're saying, but I think Teemo with teleport is if you're playing Teemo right and correctly, I think it may be a little bit redundant actually, because you want the shroom set up where the objective is when where you're going to be fighting around. So if Baron's going topside, you want Teemo actually on top side, getting that lane
Mhm.
pressure, so we can set up those shrooms around where the fight's going to be. If he's bot side, they're basically playing team and Teemo TP's up. They're basically playing Teemo without his ultimate. He's only able to get one or two shrooms down, and then it's not quite as worth it.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought about that. Hmm. What do I mean? Besides the tank jungler, what else could you change to get this? To
Huh?
get like a similar effect of someone who's able to side lane while also having someone who's able to walk in and face check.
It's a hard one, but that's
Maybe like a Ziggs with teleport, then he can go side lane and teleport when he needs to.
possibly. Ziggs is able to clear waves incredibly fast and all that, but usually if you're playing Ziggs, you do want to kind of just rush down towers. Because you do have the Satchel Bomb, you do incredible amounts of damage to towers. So
Hmm.
if Teemo's actually able to pressure, get a bit of damage down on those towers, then yeah, that can be a strategy. But I don't know, it's just so hard. Yep. Lobby has been created, Spec Link has been sent to teams.
Yep, I'm in there. Looks like we're waiting for draft to start. Oh, we didn't get a chance to talk about what the prizes were for this GG.
Right. So we do actually have some prizes for GG this semester, and more than just the advertised cash prizes. We have hold on, let me go grab. We have a whole trophy. I'm going to download this link and then throw it up onto the stream real quick.
Hmm.
Uh, image. So our gracious Oh god, I need to reduce the size of this.
Yeah.
Our
Our
gracious
admins,
admins have created a whole trophy for us.
5 of them, if I recall.
5 of them, one for each player. There is a physical trophy for you to come and get by winning Gobbler Gauntlet during the fall 2024 semester. And it's a pretty neat prize. I don't think we've ever had a physical prize before. Usually it's been just like bragging rights, your name in the Hall of Fame, and more recently a bit of cash. But now we have a physical trophy. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, physical trophy is going to be really nice. I mean, one day you'll show little Timmy, like, hey, I did something once. I once won an amateur League of Legends tournament when I was in college.
Yep. With that being said, it looks like draft has started. So let's take a look over onto there. And Nautilus Leona band. I would agree with
That
those.
is,
Nautilus and Leona gave Nighthawk a lot of agencies to make some plays. He is one of the higher ranked players. And his top lane roam really helped neutralize Tank's pressure up there in the top lane.
yeah, if I recall, let me look earlier. Um, where is it? There's the draft from last game. No, that's this game's draft. I was trying to look and see, because 2 of those bands are the same. The Lilia ban and the Leona ban are the same from last game, and I'm trying to see if we can find what last game's draft looked like, or what last game's bans looked like, to see if we can about what the difference was, because I don't recall. But from Losers Q Survivors, it's the same 3 bans. I do remember.
No, they actually dropped the Ash ban in favor of Lulu.
Oh, sorry, I'm a dummy. I I wasn't looking. I was looking at the second 2 bans. Looks like it's Teemo first pick again from DraftKings, and the Aatrox instantly from Losers Queue.
Yep,
Uh,
that seems to be the usual response in this case.
mm-hmm.
Tank
And
wants
what
to
did
be
they
on
pick here?
Teemo.
They picked Jin here, if I recall correctly, right?
I believe so. In place of Jhin, they're getting Alistair, the other tank engage support left after Leona and Nautilus have been banned out.
Not a bad idea. Alistar, really good at engaging. Uh, looks like blue side Varus again. Lulu unavailable, so we'll see what they end up replacing it with.
So far, running back the draft, we'll probably see the support pick right here.
Mm-hmm.
What will be there in place of the Lulu?
Yeah, it does seem like the main difference in strategy is going to be the support picks. Pike.
Pike being hovered and locked in. That's a spicy one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a bot lane matchup connoisseur,
Varus
but
Pike
I'd
is very
imagine
aggressive.
Pike not great into Alistair.
Uh, yeah, I mean, because if you hook the Alistar, then he can just knock you up if you're in melee. But also, the Pike might be for more affecting. Ooh, Kaisa Alistar from Losers Q,
Pretty
actually.
aggressive kind of dive comp going on over on Losers Q Survivors. They want to get onto squishy members, the Varus, the Teemo of the DraftKings. Now ban is coming in. Sejuani being banned out. That's one tank jungler off the table.
It does look like Riddle the Frog, the support player for DraftKings, has 100,000 mastery points on Pike. So he is a little experienced on this character.
All right, that's always good to see.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that. It's not his highest mastery champion though. The highest mastery champion that Rattle the Frog plays is Yumi, and I'm very shocked that we haven't seen it in either of these 2 games.
Man, people keep hating on Yumi, but I think Yumi is like unironically such a funny champion.
Yumi is definitely a funny champion. Is it fun? I don't know.
It's fun as
No.
the Yumi, I will say.
Sure. I think it is very interesting to see people punish the Yumi in various other ways because you could engage on whoever's left over, or you could do. I've seen sometimes you just have so much poke and there's only one target to tank anything in the bot lane that you just make like whatever Ezreal or the Yumi's target like unable to CS because the Yumi doesn't do enough.
Yeah, that's where the Yumi just tells their ADC that they're bad because hey, you're not dodging all these skill shots. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Looks like the Viego switch up. Karthus banned from DraftKings side. Evelyn banned as well. Losers Q Survivors banned Sejuani Syndra. I'm interested to know why the Syndra ban. Do you know
Maybe
if
Roscon likes Syndra
Rosticon
as
is...
well. That could
Yeah,
entirely be a possibility.
maybe? I don't know. That's...
I'm half expecting Rosticon to go Ornn again.
I
Rammus in the jungle. Okay. That
I
is
I like that.
yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. A tank jungler who can offer engage as well. Matches up, I believe, decently into Viego. I'm not a jungle matchup connoisseur, but hey, it works against that. Kaisa
I
can
mean,
go
go
AP,
ahead.
but
Yeah, in
TBH
the
in
early...
game would be healthier. I guess all Y champions removed. Yon no more. Nah, Yumi's fun. I like Yumi.
I think this is
Victor
a
picked and
very...
Katarina thrown down in response. Okay, we have
Wow.
Roscon Victor.
That is quite interesting. Very funny because looks like Rosticon's most played character in ranked is Syndra this year, this split, which is probably why they banned it. He does also have a few games of Victor this split, it looks like, so that's probably why he feels comfortable playing it, is that he's maybe been trying to pick it up specifically for GG, but who knows?
Yep, going down the list, seeing, hey, what am I comfortable on? Ornn didn't really work out last time. Let's go with Victor. Syndra
I
banned
mean,
out.
yeah, and this is a much more traditional comp with a top laner that can pressure early game, AD carry with a hook support, a tank jungler, and a mage mid. That's a very traditional team comp. And on the right hand side, it's like Katarina diving into your backline, Kaisa diving into your backline,
Oh yeah,
Viego diving into your backline, Alistar diving into your backline, and Aatrox diving into your backline.
Aatrox be on the flank. This is very traditional. They're definitely going for a dive comp. They want to blow someone up, get Viego to reset, get Katarina to reset, and roll over the fight.
Yeah. And that's going to mean that Varus is positioning Teemo. I mean, everyone but the Rammus really needs to position well.
Definitely. One person dying, and it spells doom for the team. But
yeah,
they did
I
have
mean,
a lead early. If they get a big enough lead early, it could really hurt Loser Q Survivor's general plan of trying to dive in.
Mm-hmm. Especially, I feel like this game does heavily depend on the Rammus. If the Rammus can successfully peel for his team, like, maybe taunting Viego or Katarina at the most opportune moment, then that could turn any losing fight into a one fight.
Oh, definitely. We have.
I won't be denied.
The problem is that if Rammus is on peel, then he's not then he's not really on engage either. So he dives in, then immediately has to run back, and it's a little bit awkward. Aside from that, yeah, they don't really have too much peel. They're going to have to play around the Teemo shrooms. Fight can throw a hook under the two are there. It has the stun, but it's not really too great of peel.
I mean, something you do have to think about is if the Rammus isn't on engage duty and he's instead trying to peel, Varus Victor, I think, is going to win in poke versus the Kaisa.
Oh, definitely.
So, like, Rammus not having to engage is a good thing here. I think
if the DraftKings ever get Baron, Losers Q Survivors is going to have a very hard time dealing with that. They have very low wave clear. All of their wave clear is melee, and if they're in melee, it's hard to clear all these super minions, all these like Baron buffed minions.
Mm-hmm.
If they get that Baron buff, it's gonna be real hard.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I think what the dragon soul is this game will also have a big
Oh
factor
yeah, a
because
mountain soul would be very good for the DraftKings.
yeah, and vice versa, hex tech soul good for both teams. Really good
I think
for
Hextech Soul is
snowballing,
just the most like OP one. Like you
of
get a
course.
static shiv basically. And I believe it
Uh-huh.
slows too. Like
It
it's just
does.
broken.
It does. It slows you 40%. It slows the enemy by I think up to 40% if you're a ranged character.
Yeah, it's just broken.
Yeah. Cloud Soul, Hextech Soul. I think Cloud Soul's probably better for losers queue than it is for DraftKings.
Oh, definitely. They want to press R and run in.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, with the Aatrox R, Katarina pressing ulti and then running around a team, teleporting around. Kaisa dashes across the map, etc., etc.
Yep.
I think the only soul that does nothing for either team really is a I would say Chemtech. Chemtech is probably the most useless soul this game because it's the most useless one every game.
Yep.
So I guess
That's
being having an easier time avoiding pike reset might be the benefit to Chemtech soul, but like that's kind of fake.
realistically, Chemtech Soul doesn't matter all too much usually. It's still a soul. It still gives combat power, and any combat power is nice. But of the soul, it's generally agreed upon that it's the worst one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now just waiting on the spectator delay.
Yeah, gotta be fair, sadly.
Yep, can't have it just be on at all times. And it looks like we do have a POV stream from Burrito in Team PMA versus Team Fossil Fizzlers going on now, in addition to all the other matches. So if you want to take a look at his perspective, you can go ahead and check him out, see how he's doing. I'm gonna try and copy my
Copy his in with the
other
other two.
my other set of streams and make a new pin.
Mm-hmm.
Throw
I am
that in there.
thinking. I so what do you think of the names of all the teams playing right now? Because I think my favorite is still Four Small Lincolns. I'm obsessed with that team name.
Yeah, honestly, I think the team names this semester are kind of mid
Yeah, I
for
think
most
Fossil
teams.
Fizzler. I was hoping Fossil Fizzlers would like change their name or something to like I don't know. It's just in my head. It's like fossil fuel enthusiasts. Like that sounds funny, but like I don't know. There's not much to do to improve that. It's just like pick something else.
What are all the team names? We have the Draft Kings. It's like okay, it's not anything special.
uh,
BBL Drizzy.
Maybe if this split took place in like July, that might be funny.
Yeah, maybe, but it's a little bit dated. Losers, Q Survivors. Kind of funny.
It's funny because it's losers queue survivors. It's
Yeah,
not losers queue. That's the only thing that makes that funny.
yeah. 5 pigs, 1 team. Kind of unoriginal.
A little basic.
Yeah, a little basic, kind of unoriginal. Chocolate milk and soju. It's not bad.
Yeah. The
Yep.
drink or the name?
Well, I like soju. Chocolate milk is kind of nice too. Them together, I actually haven't tried that. It seems like an interesting combination. Fossil
I
Fiddlers, honestly, don't like the name. I'm sorry.
yeah. It's okay.
Yeah. Buff Black Fire Torch. It's alright,
No
yeah.
no thanks though.
I mean, as a name, it's alright. Team
Yeah.
PMA, okay.
Do you know what the PMA is for?
Honestly, I don't.
It's positive mental attitude.
Ah, understandable.
So a little bit basic, but also I can
That's
respect
true.
it.
Yep.
Oh, game's up.
Yeah, we are in game now. Unfortunately, we could not take a look at all their skins, so we can't do a skin review.
Well,
can
looks
see
like
some
we
of
do
them.
have a
We have
Infernal Varus, I think
Hexagramus,
that
we
is.
have Infernal,
Yeah.
Infernal Varus, Project
That's
Pike, 5 stack in the banana bush. Spot out the Viego. Nothing should really come out of this.
what Victor skin is that? I know what Teemo skin that is. That's a good Teemo skin. It's the recon. It's
Yeah,
the
that's
recon skin, but
Omega
it's
Squad
but it's
Teemo.
but it's a like the white chroma or the rose chroma,
Yeah.
rose quartz chroma or something like
I
that.
believe Tank has every single chroma and skin on Teemo, as he should.
I mean, that's dedication. Oh, the Alistar level 1 invade, surely.
I believe they were just trying to walk in to get a ward, but gets caught. Weren't able
Yeah.
to get a deep ward.
Looks like it's gonna be an on-hit Varus again for Optimal. No Enchanter this time, just going the on-hit Varus by himself.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Lethality
Wait.
Varus this time around, especially since chunking like a Katarina or Viego really stifles them, really makes them not want to go in or commit as much. But Optimal's a smart player. He knows what he's doing. A bit wary of the Alistar. Kind of just face checks it. No more Aftershock on him. This is a level 1 Alistar. Nice trade coming out.
Yeah, level 1 Alistar, you really have to abuse it if you're gonna play versus this character. Like it's so easy to abuse it that like not abusing it is bad. And it looks like they're going to get this level 2 first pretty easily. Kaisa might even be out of XP range based on how far away she has to stand.
Yeah, they just have total bush control.
Yeah. Well, what's the Alistar gonna do?
He's gonna look at him
Walk.
really scarily. Or try to.
And make some mooing sounds.
Yeah, it's not Mukau Alistar. It's kind of disappointing. What is this, Conqueror
Uh,
Alistar or something?
That might be Conqueror Alistar. Rattle the Frog not standing in the bush, but that's fine.
No, that's fine. They know he's in there anyways, so it doesn't matter too much. Nice hook down onto him.
Okay.
WQ down is going to burn the Ignite and heal from
Okay.
Optimal.
Yeah, heal from Optimal, Ignite from Nighthawk.
This
Notably, God.
both ADCs opting for heal instead of barrier, which I find a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I'm wondering why. I presume it's because both supports want to go Ignite, so you're not going to, like... You maybe don't want to leave your support out to dry. I would have gone Barrier anyways, because, like... Hey, man, gotta look out for number 1.
Yeah, pretty much. Nice
I guess the
little-
move
I
speed-
believe
move
that
speed
was a
from- the
third
move
wave
speed from
crash
heal might be
from
good.
Optimal. Now he's going to get a free reset. By the time he gets back, wave should be pushing towards him. He should be able to
Does
collect
get a
everything.
longsword.
Same
Yeah.
thing coming from Tank as well. He did a nice 3 or 4 wave crash and opted to sit in lane a little bit, let the wave minions come to him. Probably going to auto attack the Aatrox here in a little bit.
Yeah, with the attack speed coming out of Teemo passive, it is really easy to trade onto the
Missing
Aatrox
his
here.
window a little though.
I think he's just letting the wave push past him so that Rammus can come for a gank.
Looks like it. Ram's going a little bit early though. Being a little bit impatient. Gets the taunt off.
Yeah, it
Some
does
nice
look
damage,
like Aatrox
but-
just walks it out, but that does let the Teemo set up another freeze.
Exactly. Aatrox is going to be forced to back and probably TP to lane because he's going to start missing a lot. If they had been a little bit more patient, Aatrox is doing a good job trying to suss something out, but he needs to start hitting the wave at some point there. Nice
Yeah,
stun onto the
'cause if-
Alistar and hook. Ignite being burned. Alistar forced to flash. Ooh, is he gonna
Oh
take
my
down to
God.
Ignite? Won't. Just one more auto attack gets it. Now they're onto the Kaisa Viego. On the flank, though. They're going to try and get this kill. Auto-healed, though.
flash
Nice
heal.
stun onto the Viego. Now they're just going to try and fight this out. Good hook. Good peel. Who misses the E from
Oh my
Varus?
God.
Typhon getting low. Viego
Oh.
gets the reset. Now onto Pike. Going towards Optimal. Misses the Q.
Oh, he missed
Rammus
it.
here, though. Catches the Kaisa. And now Typhon gets
Oh my
Q'd
goodness.
in the face. Did not have the R yet to cut out of the transform and used a Pike without his E or Q.
Oh my, that was insane. Especially because we had just seen the Rammus mid. He ghosted all the way to bot lane from mid. He was in the middle of a gank, saw the bot lane, saw the Viego show bot lane, and instantly ran to
Oh,
his
flash
bot lane
forward
base.
from Teemo. He's saying he can get a kill right here. Trogdog still has flash, being forced to burn it right there. Flash for flash.
Wow. A lot going on the map at 5 minutes. Or
A
6 minutes
lot.
for approaching.
But crucially, though, I believe Tank broke his freeze.
Looks like it, but burning trade. I guess even then you're trading for flash, and
Yep. So Tank doing a good job here. He's recognizing he needs to push this in, get it to bounce back, but Typhon also knows that this is the window for a gank. Tank trying to seize the moment. He knows he's getting ganked. Is going to burn down the Aatrox. That's the best he's going to get. That's a large wave, Typhon. Oh, he's getting beat up by the minions a little. I'm trying to save it as much as possible, but honestly, that's too big of a wave to save. He's going to have to clear some of it.
Yeah, it looks like he did. He pulled it as far away from the turret as he could, and now is just going to let the Aatrox TP and collect it.
Yep, not too bad. Aatrox didn't actually miss too much, which is very good. He's still level 5, still going to be down a little bit. Unfortunately, did get killed.
And did lose a good portion of a few waves. So a bit. Actually,
he only missed like 1 or 2 minions because he saved the TP from the earlier exchange.
Yeah, actually, good use of summoner spells there. It looks like the blue side is just going to get grubs here, and I don't know if
going to be contested though. Show has the move on the Katarina. Rammus already burned his W, taunts the Viego, should fall down soon, but Tank being pulled back by the Aatrox, but this is a strong Teemo. He's just going to kill the Katarina right there for a double kill, and now Aatrox running away with the Chaos Storm following him, gets lasered up, and Rammus on his tail, but grubs are still here. Nighthawk waiting in the wings. We're going to look to aggress onto this Victor here. Gets the knock-up and pulverize, and this is going to be a dead Victor. But Pike also on the roam with Optimal close by to follow.
This is a Katarina TP. Katarina's here.
Now, Aatrox stunned up by the Varus ulti, trying to peel with a Alistar push. But Viego back from the dead, trying to claim a kill, will find the Rammus, is going to taunt someone up, and it's going to be the Varus. Says no after seeing the Teemo, though. Teemo's on his way, gets sniped by the Varus Q.
He walks in a straight line. Oh my god, that was intense. So the Katarina teleports back and just doesn't get anything done. Well, I guess they get a kill traded, right? They get the Rammus?
Yeah, they get the Rammus. Teemo died before the... Actually, Teemo killed the Katarina before. Died for his sins, but... Still, people are respawning. What a long fight.
In the end, that was a 6 for 4.
Yeah, 6 for 4.
Or something like that. Like the like Red Side had 1 kill, and it was like too many kills went over in that fight. Over 3 grubs. And they traded 1 for 2. So 1 grub for Red Side. Not the worst, but I think the main thing you're concerned about is losing that many kills.
Yeah, things are... Teemo's putting in some work this game so far. 3, 2, and 1. He did die once during the gank and die during that fight, but managed to get a double kill in exchange. Dragon started up by the red side over here, but Rattle the Frog spots it out. Not too much to be done, though.
Yeah, looks like Rastakhan, while he hasn't gotten solo killed, which is a benefit.
That's true. Rattle the Frog trying to get a steal down, but fortunately misses out on an Optimal. Not in the best position, trying to just walk forward. Does he have Flash? Can't kill the wall just yet. Typhon getting taken down by the Rammus. Rattle the Frog finding the Katarina, but gets found out himself. Now, Optimal able to somehow
I don't think there's anything
get
left to be done
out of the Kaisa and Alistar. I don't know how that happened. He didn't have Flash.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
They should have just trapped him in the pit. Like, what? Not there.
Maybe they thought he had his Flash, and then they walked away, and he just walked out of the pit?
I guess so. Maybe they just wanted to back up the Katarina and left him there. That's the only other explanation I got.
Very strange happening in this game.
Lots of action. Tank. He's doing Teemo stuff.
Tank.
There's no way Typhon walks into that bush, though. No.
This is devious. He's gonna walk out and steal the red buff.
He's going to walk down, steal the red buff, and try and kill Typhon. Rammus is on the wings too. Typhon gets the red buff, I guess, but it's being
Yeah.
immediately traded over to Teemo.
Free red buff for tank. Looks like Aatrox did get the wave in though, so Teemo loses like a wave and a half on his on that play. So I don't know if that's even worth it necessarily.
Yeah. It evens up the CS score. It is... Okay, it's about the mental warfare, though. Think about how tilted you would be as Typhon after whatever that had just happened. Like, this is mental warfare now. They're getting in their heads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's gonna be... I mean, yeah, I would be tilted if I was that jungler. And I'm not a jungler, so I'd be even more tilted.
No, yeah.
Just by the fact that I have to play that role.
I never understand why jungle is so weird. I don't know. It's probably my worst role. Please, if I get drafted in the future and I still have Phil, don't put me in the jungle.
You sure you don't want that?
I would rather not be the jungler. It is, I don't have a fun time there. I kind of just run around clearing my camps, hoping for the best.
Mm-hmm. Which doesn't usually work.
Well, like, sometimes it works if the things get spoon-fed to me, but I don't know, I see a camp up, I just run to it. Meanwhile, we see Pyke being up and no longer being up, and dying for it. Viego, though, getting his revenge on at least someone, I guess. He killed the Pyke, killed the mid laner, and now Nighthawk trying to back up his team. Having to run away here, but is going... Oh, Rammus, that's the wrong ability right there. You slow yourself in that. Does get the last auto and optimal once again on a killing spree.
Wow. That is... There's so many kills in this game.
Yeah, there are...
Almost,
Blue side has more
2 kills
kills
per
there
minute.
than there are minutes in this game.
Yeah, almost 2 kills per minute at this stage. So much gold being handed over to the carries of DraftKings. Rammus with his full Thornmail already. Looking
They do
pretty
spot
good.
out the Viego on Grubs. Teemo just barely not getting caught by the Katarina. With these recalls, it looks like red side will be getting a majority of these Grubs. And should be able to hit 4 Grubs, start spawning the little Grublings.
The grubbies.
Contest a little bit. Pyke, Dabion in, 1 Grub left. Diego still trying to stick it. Ooh,
Oh,
and
he missed the
Rostakon
smite.
picks up the last one, the miss smite. Here comes the Teemo. The Katarina's blind and is just going to die immediately. He's on to the Viego, well forced to flash. But meanwhile, Aatrox trying to get revenge for stealing their grubs. And gets...
Yeah, I think it's
is able to pick up the victor with the ignite from this Alistar.
Oh
Now,
my god, this Aatrox is
Aatrox against
crazy.
the world. And he does not like those odds. Pyke managing to get 2 ultis off, and that's just free gold for them. And hey, Herald spawned immediately afterwards, too.
And they can just take the Herald right on top of it. That looked... I was incredibly worried for DraftKings at the end of that with the Aatrox slamming down with the Q3, but it didn't look like he... Well, I mean, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they just don't have the same setup for this Aatrox. This Teemo is starting to get out of control. Nighthawk hasn't had the same kind of impact on the top lane. This Teemo is starting to run with it, 7-2-2. He's got to play mid lane. I don't think he's got to play top lane, but he's got a 550 gold bounty. He's a strong Teemo.
Yeah, that is... I mean, this is the Teemo where you're playing solo queue and you look up at the top lane and you're like, man, I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah, now there are just going to be so many shrooms in lane. Dragon is there. Rammus kind of powerballing.
Hesitant to engage there. That does make sense. Your strongest member is all the way across the map.
Yep.
Looks like they...
Oh,
Actually, are just taking the dragon. Typhon misses another smite, this time on the Scuttle Crab.
didn't end up mattering too much there, and they get the dragon without too much of a contest. The other team kind of just staring at them. If you're not going to fight for it, why are you even there? You should be fixing your side lanes, getting priority somewhere else. Need to make that call, need to be a bit more decisive.
And this indecisiveness is going to punish you, because they just turn around and immediately take the mid tier one, and they're moving as 4. They're stronger. They're up 5,000 gold at 15 minutes. What? I don't know what losers queue is going to do unless they look for a pick somewhere.
Yeah, and like
They
I
just
said,
have to. They just have to make something happen before it's too late.
yeah, they're a dive comp and they're starting to fall a little bit behind. They need to start making some plays, creating a bit of chaos, and here's that chaos coming in. Optimal forced a flash on out show. Almost gets the kill, but almost gets killed himself after that flash. No, Rattle the Frog. It's a hook onto the Alistair, but it is an Alistair.
Yeah, Alistar able to just walk it out.
Ooh, right after the recall
really not-
finishes. Oh, pushes
my
the Pike
God.
for a 2-man stun onto the Kais as well, except that's all a part of their plan. Pike goes down as well. Here comes Viego. Misses the hook, but catches the
Doesn't need to
Viego
miss
still.
the hook.
I mean, Varus still. Now, this chaos being created is going the way of losers Q survivors. Ram is just barely getting away, except he's running straight into the Aatrox. Picks up
And that's a
kill
really
for
good kill
himself
for the
there.
Aatrox. That's a really necessary. I feel like this Aatrox is falling too far behind. That kill will be helpful, I hope. And that's the exact kind of like random skirmishy, unorganized fight that losers Q survivors is going to need in order to win this match.
Exactly, they just... I kind of... Ooh, wait, they got that hook right straight through the Alistair, burning a heal. And here comes another stun, Pike ulti for the secure, another Pike ulti, and Hook does go down himself, but that's still 2 kills in the favor of the DraftKings.
Yeah, 2 kills and two extra sets of
Here
gold.
comes Katarina
from
trying to make a little bit of craziness happen, but this is a 7-2 Teemo. Does quite a bit of damage himself.
And the other thing about that is that those 2 Pike kills were with his ultimate, so that's like double the amount of money for this team.
Yeah, pretty much. They have been leaving this Aatrox on his own in the top lane. We'll eventually get that top lane turret. But clawing himself back in. He is out his one item. But will it be enough? Game is still within 3.5k gold. Alrighty. Next objective. Baron coming up in minute 30. Dragon coming up in 2 minutes. Both teams kind of just sizing each other up, getting into their lane assignments. Teemo still in the top lane. Would like to see him maybe move. Looks like a play going down bot. Alistair on the flank. Will be able to get the headbutt pulverize. Doesn't need the pulverize, I guess. And Show picks up the kill after the CC. This could turn into... They have no vision over on the side of...
Baron's not spawned yet.
Yeah, Baron not spawned yet, no objectives to really play for. Good on Typhon to recognize, hey, no one's down bot, I can just get this tier 1 for free.
Yeah, get some gold back finally. Rastakhan not really. I mean, killing the Victor is good, but not really the value that you need. Tier 1 traded back in top lane. Looks like they're gonna. Oh my god,
Shogbog
the
taunted
Aatrox
up.
spawned here.
Forced the flash right there, taking a good bit of damage. Show. Oh, another flash being forced from Nighthawk on the Alistair. He was also forced to burn his ulti.
Was he forced to burn his ulti? Are you sure? That might have been a cooldown from something else.
No, look at the... Oh, Ram is jumping on in, gets a taunt onto Shogbog, but he is burning, everyone's focusing him down, and he goes down immediately. Pike gets burned down as well before his ultimate goes off, and now it's a 2 versus 3. Bleeding health bards on the side of... What's their name? Losers Cute Survivors. Still,
we might be better. We might be better off to say LQS.
Perhaps. With those bleeding health
no.
bars aren't able to get too much. We'll be resetting in time for this dragon, though. Yeah. Rammus...
And the Rammus didn't have a shutdown either, did he?
No, he did not.
So yeah, just the 300 gold going over for the kill. And yeah, the map pressure from being able to get there first due to the death timers So they are set up for this dragon. Teemo is top lane though right now, so he's not going to be here to set up for this dragon.
Honestly, I would say just give up this dragon. You don't need to go. You don't need to fight for it. Let Varus probably try and go for a Q steal. This isn't a fight you need to go for. Katarina gets spotted now. Pink going to fall.
And she, holy, wow.
Yeah, Teemo's
That
half
is
HP
so-
already.
That's so greedy from Tank.
It is, but I think they believe that all 5 were down towards the dragon.
But even if they are, look, there's wards behind the Teemo. He could just get teleported on. That's incredibly greedy. Such a giant mistake. You just gave 950 gold to the Katarina. Katarina who's already fed.
Yeah, Katarina.
Going AP to counter the Rammus. This Rammus actually not as tanky as he looks, surprisingly.
He has 2 armor items, 0 magic resist. It's going to, gonna have to start building one now.
Yeah,
But
let's hope he gets one soon.
interestingly enough, Kai'Sa's going AD.
This is
It looks like.
an on-hit, but I mean, it's slightly on-hit. You can go Gnasher's Tooth here, and then you get your W evolve also.
Nice.
And Kraken Slayer is pretty useful.
Ooh,
for
flash
killing-
ulti coming from
Flash
Optimal, and they
ulti.
catch out the Katarina. This should be a
And that's
guaranteed
just a
kill to
shutdown.
CC to death
Yeah.
right there. That's
Yeah,
honestly their strongest member down. They can book it over to the Baron.
but Detox Egg wants to take it back. Oh no, not Detox Egg. That was Pike who went back. Sorry about that.
Pike went back. Baron
And they are just
started.
hitting this.
Diego on the other side. Are they going to burger flip it? I
It
don't
looks
want
like
to see
it.
them burger flip it. Don't have your engage tools. So Rammus, no ulti. Varus, no ulti.
Asia, teleport.
Now, burn it
You gotta get
down.
him the
Gets
pit now.
secured by the
Ooh,
blue
Blue
side.
Team gets
Chogbog
the
in the
fan.
mix, trying to get any damage he can down.
I mean, you just can't kill the Rammus
Rattle
without
frog,
the Katarina.
Noble enough.
Yeah, you just can't kill. You just can't kill Rammus without the Katarina. If Katarina's there, that Rammus dies so quickly.
Good
But-
call on the DraftKings. Just recognizing, hey, we don't need to fight here. We just got the Baron. No reason to do a fight there. Just back off.
And Rosicon, in the meantime, was pressuring the side lane. Didn't get too much off of it, but that was 4v4. And you just got no kills and lost the Baron. That is not a good look for
Yeah, and
the
what
future.
kind of... There's no wave clear. No good, safe, reliable wave clear over on the side of LQS here. They're going to have a hard time dealing with these Baroned up minions. Especially if if a 3 or 4 man squad decide to barrel it down mid. As long as they cover their flanks, it's super hard to deal with that.
Yeah, and I have noticed that with the members of LQS getting caught out, the vision control for LQS has been surprisingly poor. I feel like I'm trying to see wards or positioning on the map for this team, and it just feels like they're just getting ran at from angles they're not expecting and taking much more damage than they should be.
Oh, definitely, but this time they've caught out the Rammus a little bit, got a little bit of free damage there.
Detox Deck using his accidentally canceling his power ball by activating his armor. I don't know if you're a Rammus player, but that is a very, very, that is a mistake that I feel like every Rammus player has made at least once.
Oh, yeah. I used to be a Rammus top lane player when that was slightly a thing.
I'm sorry.
that was something a long time ago, though. It's not nearly as viable. But it was a funny counter pick. Oh, they spot out the Viego here. He face checks the bush and just dies for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that's happening with LQS is that they're walking places alone. And when you're this far behind in gold, you have to recognize that you can get caught and killed like that.
Yeah. I just did a vision toggle for red side. It's so incredibly dark in the jungle. Where can they go? Apparently it's just the mid lane. Get a nice pulverize onto the Victor right there. Gets a reset. Now onto optimal.
Flashing for the flashing in order to E onto the
Nice
Oh
cancel
my
from the
God.
Rammus, cancels the W from
Holy shit.
Alistair. But now
And that's
Sho,
the kill
seeing
you're
his
looking for, but you're
seeing his
dead.
opportunity, just jumps on the rest of them with that reset. Well, not able to get
Yeah,
away.
you're-
3 kills.
Yeah, you're
Save
just
for one.
dead. Katarina gets a reset. It doesn't matter how good the peel is. Unfortunately, you're gonna need a little bit more than a Rammus W. Or a Rammus taunt, excuse me. I don't know what ability it is.
Now Sho getting jumped on by the Teemo himself, and yeah, that's the Teemo play that the tank loves to go for, just sitting invisible.
But Viego's back.
He is back. Doesn't get much.
This is the
from his
ulti,
ult,
but he's here
they
to
do get
he's here to
multiple-
smite.
Teemo's being a pest here. Holy, they're so scared to walk into Teemo. Don't know where any of these shrooms are.
Yeah, I think in that situation, the best thing to do, if you're, I mean, if you're DraftKings, I don't know what, I mean, I don't know what exactly you're doing all the way that far up mid, but you did get flashed. I guess it was flash Alistar engage, and then the Katarina just resets all over you. But, I don't know what exactly you do differently in that situation. I presume you're just, like, setting up for Dragon instead of trying to take the tier 2. But...
They were looking
That
to
is-
try and take advantage of their Baron buff.
Oh, right, they still had Baron buff at the time, they did.
Ooh, Baron's supposed to come out. Lands onto the Apex. That's not the one he wants to hit. Stunned? Katarina, and now Rammus? I'm playing.
Looks like everyone takes a lot of damage on the side of LQS, but no one dies. So you're probably just gonna have to give up the tier 2 here. I don't think there's anyone who can clear this wave safely. The siege of
Another hook. This time Alistair doesn't have an ulti and will just burn for it. His spot the Viego on the side is going to get run down by this Teemo, by this Rammus, by the Pike as well, and he's gonna get hook, line, and sinker. It's taken down.
Baron up in 45 seconds. Viego spawning in
They should
46.
They should either reset now or commit to pushing out waves.
Yeah, I think resetting now is the smarter play. Personally, you just got a bunch of gold from the tier 2. You just got 2 kills. You should reset and get some money for those of you who can like buy a component or complete an item. And then everyone else should be pushing side waves. Or, reset on the same timer, at the very least.
Yep.
Get full HP, get full mana, refill your pink ward. Refill your pink wards, refill your support wards, etc., etc.
There was a large wave down bot that we do see Victor going to collect. Does have the TP, and again, back to the first game, he's not the one who has to face check by space, so he's perfectly allowed to do this while his team makes space and gets vision control up there. But finger at the ready, he is able to TP, will burn it now, just so that they can start forcing this Baron. Teemo in the waiting right at that corner. Does get the hook onto Alistair, but gets knocked up as well, and he's just going to fall! 2 HP. This Viego trying to collect the kill, but gets collected himself, and it's Pike's time to shine, gets 2 kills right there. Unfortunately, no more, but this is full Baron control over to the side of the DraftKings.
Yeah, they're just gonna turn back around and finish it. And there's nothing that anyone can do about it. They have no jungler, they have no engage. They're gonna take it, and they're gonna get their recall, free resets. Everyone gets what they need, and this is a commanding lead for Blue Side here.
Yep, second Baron, they're now 7k gold up. So long as nothing funny happens, so long as no one pops off, goes crazy, you should be able to get Kraken inhibitor this time around.
Yeah, and I mean, what do LQS even do here? Hope to Miracle Steal Ocean Soul?
That's
I don't even know if that wins you the game at this point.
kind of the best play they can make. One thing they could also do is just set up a death brush in their own jungle. Put down a pink somewhere. They know that the enemy team is going to be walking on by, and if it's not Rammus, they can blow them up, but they are getting found out themselves. Rammus ulti committed. Sho getting low. Hook Committed
It's
TP
the
coming out from
headbutt.
the Aatrox.
And now that the
Burn
Aatrox
TP
is
for
committed
free.
to teleporting, yeah. Now the Aatrox is committed to teleporting, you just don't have to do anything and let the teleport go through. You still have the advantage. Dragon's up at 30. No Aatrox teleport.
Ooh, Varus ulti committed. Alistar ulti burned as well. There is no Aatrox ulti. He can't just fly on in there, and that will be the Aatrox falling down. That's their main tank. That's their main engage. It's hard for them to make something crazy happen now.
And I think they're just going to take this tier 2 turret and turn around and grab the
Yep,
dragon.
the next
on their
wave
way
should
out.
be coming up soon. I would like to see maybe the Pike literally just walking mid lane, buffing those minions up a little bit. You're putting all 5 people into one lane, which isn't exactly ideal. Might as well spread that around, but hey, they got a nice fight. Didn't get the tier 2, unfortunately, and just called to make the dragon. Kind of wasting their Baron a little bit. Already two-thirds up. They better not reset here. Oh. Okay, well, Tank's probably going to get that bot tier 2 now. But, yeah, they're only getting 1 turret. I would have really liked them to try and crack an inhibitor there instead.
Yeah, I don't necessarily mind what they did, considering the lead that they have. But they definitely could have pushed it a lot further. And it looks like they might get a pick onto the Aatrox.
Nice angle from Optimal, getting that Varus ulti down, just a free kill onto the Aatrox. He is not doing nearly as well this game as the other. Still 3, 4, and 5, definitely not out of it, but not nearly as threatening.
Yeah, this angle was definitely optimal for catching the Aatrox.
Such an optimal player, making the optimal plays.
Yeah, definitely at least one of those was correct. And we'll see. I'm assuming that this blue side is going to take more and more control over the LQS jungle. At least they should be starving them of resources, but it doesn't look like they have quite gotten to that point. I guess it looks like a few people were resetting at the end of Baron.
Yeah, again, they're desyncing their reset timers. It's hard to grab tempo because of that. I want to see Tank just start going up in the top lane. He's already starting his Shroom Garden over in this top side. Baron is going to come up in 2 minutes. Roscon correctly. Going down bot, getting pressure down there. Just wanting to push this wave. Maybe the next is a little bit dangerous. But to start pressuring.
But you do have
there.
the Rammus and blue side and the red side, the red blue quadrant. So, I mean, he's there. So if they do engage, there's no Zhonya's on Victor, but there is the flash, so he could theoretically get out and play for his team to re-engage. But looks like they're actually just gonna all be sitting in a bush here. There's no jungle camps up, so there's no reason for anyone to check this, but someone might just walk in for fun.
It's entirely possible, but one's gonna walk in.
And Rastakhan will just go clear the mid wave, so it's not actually that bad to be sitting here, but you're just losing a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to happen until this Baron comes up with how they're playing. Teemo got a few shrooms down, which is good. Getting his reset. He has the Oblivion Orb, not the Oblivion Orb, the Blighting Jewel now. There is a heaping amount of magic resist built up, so that's going to go a long ways. Regardless, there feels like it's getting hard for the DraftKings to make really any progress without Baron. They're just
and it looks like that's what they're waiting for. They're
gonna up, a little bit too scared to try and aggress or make things push things in their favor.
Yeah, because despite all of it, they're still in kind of a precarious situation. If you catch the right angle from an Alistar engage, you could still lose everything to Katarina resets. This Katarina is still strong in the game, despite having died a few times. She can still just kill everyone and everything.
Importantly, this Katarina also has Zhonya's So in the next fight that goes on, she can go a little bit crazy. People start focusing her, and then she can just pop that. Except instead, this Alistair is getting popped himself down to 200 HP. Does manage to get on out. That should be pressure around the Baron area for the next little bit. Alistair is forced to recall, doesn't have Warmogs. They can just start this up, and they don't have a frontliner. They don't have someone who can sweep and take care of these shrooms. And now Katarina getting jumped on. Of course, Zanya's right there, taking so much damage from Teemo.
Jesus.
This is a
I mean,
level 18 Teemo.
I
He
think
has
you take,
so many shrooms, can throw them from so far away.
I think what you do here, once the Alistar backs, I think you should probably just give up the Baron and go to Ocean Dragon and try and set up around it so that you can, like, try and get the soul. Even then, I don't know if you can stay. Like, you might just get pushed out of it anyways. But contesting Baron with no one able to walk in is just like, you're asking for someone to sit in the bush there.
Oh, and Optimal finds another angle, just catching out this Alistair once again. Just burns him down again. That's the guy who they want to walk in, except Katarina trying to find an angle himself, but gets stunned by the Victor. And falls. This is going to be a free dragon. Both teams going to be at soul point. And hey, we see an Aatrox. He's trying to do something funny. But they're not liking his joke. Here comes the Rammus, ready to tap him, ready to taunt him. Flashes
oh my god.
Trying to just buy some time. This is taking a little bit longer than I guess you would expect.
If you had
but
someone,
he also just doesn't have a flash now.
Yeah, if you had someone on like the dragon or something, even then you're still getting caught by the Varus because he just walked up in time. Like no flashing there does anything for you.
Alright. Do not reset. Do not chase that Viego. Just run it down mid, please. You're wasting your Baron. Your Baron's already halfway up, and all you have done is chase kills. Please do something with Baron.
I mean, you took dragon. They're chasing more kills, though. Have you thought about how much gold you get from someone dying? Rosticon actually the most correct member of his team right now. Split pushing bot lane. Might get caught by the Katarina, but
yeah, he did get caught by the Katarina. He was trying to use his Baron. I'll give him props for that.
Like, I don't think what he was doing was wrong necessarily, but I think he should have been more careful about it.
Yeah, did not respect the Katarina respawn.
Yeah, I do appreciate what he was doing though, because that is better than what what everyone else was doing.
But now with Roscon dead, this side's going to be scared to walk up and push their advantage. They're in a, I suppose it's a 4v4, but still, like, Baron's 3/4 up. They have gotten literally 0 towers with it. Barely any tower damage on that tower as well. They are wasting their Baron. It's just gonna... Baron and Soul
no one's gonna
are coming
do anything.
down at the same exact time. I'm going to expect nothing to happen again until then.
Yeah, you think this is a Rule 5 go to Elder Dragon type of game?
I think so. Alright, Ting. You're pushing a little bit far in. Gets the jungler though, trades 1-for-1 top lane for the jungler. He still has shrooms in the area, I believe. No shrooms. But that's still a jungler down. There's no objective up for it though. This is just a meaningless kill.
You just flashed and ignited onto the Viego for fun. Not exactly. That's really funny that someone in the chat put 5 pigs, 1 team. They're not playing right now, but I almost agree with you.
I think they are playing in a different stream.
They're not playing in this match I'm at. This is quite a match.
Ooh, nice flash from Optimal. Dodges out on the WQ combo from Alistair. Fight breaking out here. Detox egg on the line, but Katarina jumping on in. Gets the kill onto the Pike, and Optimal in the middle of it all. Getting jumped on in, and Katarina forced to Zanya due to the DPS, but big two-man knockup from Alistair doesn't mean anything. Because it's a quadra kill for Pike.
Holy moly. Quadra kill for Pike. I mean, they're gonna crack the base with this for sure, right? Surely they will not just sit outside the base.
Surely they do something with this.
Yeah. I mean, the optimal has lifesteal,
He has life
so he doesn't get melted because he's higher health than he otherwise would be.
Look at his
They
build.
can just
He's
auto the
so
turret.
incredibly tanky. Look at Optimal's build. He has a
Oh,
locket.
wait, he has a
He has
locket?
Terminus. He has Wit's End.
Why does he have a locket? Is that like meta, or is that
So,
special? Did I just end the
Locket
game here?
actually isn't bad. It gives incredible amounts of resistances. He already has a very high amount of base damage. So, okay, we have a
Oh,
fight
wow.
going out. We have a flank coming from Aatrox, and he just gets popped instantly. But so does
but
Optimal. He gets the
Optimal
shutdown, but
pop.
gets taunted away from the Varus. Doesn't pick up his soul. Now TP coming in from base from the Katarina.
Now you
Tank
take the soul.
on.
Tank there.
Tank doing so much work, and there goes the Katarina, the biggest Fed member on their team, and Tank is just
Oh my
cleaning up
goodness.
this fight alongside this
Triple
Pike.
kill for Tank.
This should be game right here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could possibly not end the game
Well,
here.
they could
but
FF, and then they would not end.
Oh yeah. I mean, the game would end regardless.
Well, I suppose so, but great job to the DraftKings evening up the score 1-1. And now we go on to game 3. Need to show the end game screen. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
Oh,
Do you mind if I go use the restroom real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, that
Hold down the
Teemo
fort.
putting in quite a lot of work there.
Yeah,
So does
definitely.
Varus. Kind of just story of the game. Katarina trying her damnedest.
Yeah, that Katarina was very scary though. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep. All right. Now tying it up 1-1. No one saw that game. All right, so not so it's actually still 0-1. You guys just haven't played a game 2 yet, right? Is that correct, Nighthawk? Average solo queue type of game. No, there would be a lot more random kills. They wouldn't be waiting for Dragon or Baron to come up. Someone would just like get caught out and fight. Yep. Little bit of break right here. I'm also just going to get some water. Leave you guys with this end game screen until until draft comes up.
All right, I make my triumphant return. It looks like the other two matches have ended already. I'm gonna check on them. Yeah, looks like Seku's offline, as is Mad Masso. Burrito might still be active. Let's check. Burrito's between matches right now. Okay. So that's I find it interesting that the other two matches were both 2-0s. I'm gonna check on the results of that and see if it's what I expect. Standings. They haven't been added yet, have they? No, they have not. That's unfortunate. Waiting on the mods to do that. Mods? Any mods in the chat? Update the match for us so we can see who won. Hmm. You back yet, Arcana? Does not look like Arcana is back. Mods being called yet BBL Drizzy supported? Hmm. Why the holy moly? Are you allowed to roll swap mid-draft? I don't think you're allowed to roll swap mid-draft. You're allowed to roll swap before draft. Your rolls have to be confirmed before the draft begins in order for the match to take place. So, I mean, holy moly. There's some fighting happening in the chat. I wish I knew how to do polls. Otherwise I would do one. But someone should start whoever has the power to start a poll should set up a poll for game 3. Because this has been two pretty close matches, and we'll see what's going on. So it looks like, from what I can tell, we're going to be keeping same sides. So Team LQS is going to keep the red side for game 3. They feel confident in their red side draft. And it looks like Rosticon, Crypt Crasher, Tank, Optimal, Detoxed Egg, and Arcana, if you've returned.
Yep, I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, you're talking about would you want to set up a poll for this game 3? This is the first, I believe this is the first game 3 of the entire tournament.
I just realized I haven't been doing those this entire series. Oh man.
That's okay. This is game 3. This is the first game 3 of the whole tournament.
That's true.
That's spicy. That's
we
a spicy way to
do
start.
A prediction.
Yeah. Who are you predicting for this game 3?
Optimal's a cool guy. I want him to win, but so far, I feel like Team 2 might take it.
You think LQS is going to take this? I'm going to start abbreviating it to LQS, and I hope it catches on.
Yeah, I think LQS might take it. They seemed a lot more organized when ahead. It
Mm-hmm.
the DraftKings they got Baron like 3 times and only on like they didn't even end with Baron actually.
Yeah, they got Baron twice, and after the second one, they ended because it looked like they were trying to catch them leaving their base, and then ended up getting caught. Uh, yeah, LQS tried to catch DraftKings leaving leaving red side base, and just got caught, and then game's over at that point. All right, you want to send me the draft link?
Yeah, I'll
I do
send
have
it.
last game's draft set up still. Do you think that this like do you think they're going to ban Teemo this game? I feel like leaving Volibear up might be a better idea than leaving Teemo up.
Yeah, I can see them.
Going like maybe
I
Jinx, Lulu,
I'm
Teemo ban.
it's like 50-50 on whether or not they ban Teemo because they could just ego it. I can see them doing that. I mean, like we dealt with it game one, we can do it again, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Did you
But
set
I
up a poll
can
by the way? You
what?
did you set up the poll by the way? Or are you going to do it after
I'm
the?
going to do it after draft.
Gotcha. Thumbs up.
But I can
Sorry, I cut you
also
off.
see them actually just banning the Teemo outright.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like a bad idea
Yeah,
to
yep,
to
Teemo
ban
first
it.
ban.
Yeah, there we go. Uh, Teemo ban, Leona ban, probably going to be a Nautilus ban again, I assume.
Yeah,
The Alistar definitely didn't look as good as the Nautilus.
I'm pretty sure they're just going to take away the good roaming engage options uh Nighthawk.
Mm-hmm. Lilia ban. We're gonna see Jinx Lulu, I'm assuming,
I
with the Teemo
believe
ban being the
so.
adaptation.
Honestly, I can also see them banning Varus right here. Varus has been getting
Yeah.
so many good ultis
Mm-hmm.
to just
There
catch
it
them now.
is. You were right on the money. I thought they would be concerned with the Jinx hyper carry. They might just do a Varus Jinx ban and leave the Lulu up. I wouldn't mind that.
Yep, I can see that.
Because they did win the game with the Lulu in it and then ban it the next game, so I wouldn't mind letting the Lulu through if you have something in particular that you want to play into it. Nautilus ban for 3. I have a feeling that they might first pick Aatrox for tank, or for Rosticon. They could like flex it, sort of, since both of them play it.
I think I'm not sure if they'll do that actually, because with Teemo being banned out, it changes completely their draft priority. Uh, what we might see here is a first pick ADC coming out of the DraftKings, I
That
think.
might not be a bad idea. Maybe a Jhin or something.
Probably either Jhin or Ashe, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, Ash would
then,
be great. Ash would be great because you can then decide your engages as the AD carry again, which I feel like for this team has been working out well.
yep.
Um, Jin would be much better as like a follow up. Ooh,
Oh,
Misfortune.
Misfortune is another pick that Optimal does like.
It is
Um,
really strong right now. Also,
Yeah. So, yep, we have a ADC first pick. I expect losers queue survivors to wait on their top lane pick to either pick number 3 on R3 or on R5.
mm. Alistar picked again. I
Yep.
didn't like the Alistar too much personally, but you know what? If they're confident and they want to play it, then let them play it. You know,
Yep, might as well. And what will be they could just pick ADC right here. Will be the
there it
Jhin
is. The Jhin.
Alistar. And I'm
Jhin Alistar.
expecting jungle support from DraftKings.
Jhin Alistar is a fine lane. I'm not a giant fan of Alistar with Jhin specifically. I feel like there's other AD carries that can use Alistar's toolkit better. But they tried the Kai'Sa last game and they probably didn't feel too great.
The
So
Kai'Sa was honestly kind of invisible.
yeah, exactly. And not in like the good way where she's dashing everywhere.
Yeah.
Pike coming back through. Seems like they're happy with the Pike. The Pike did get a lot of picks, got a quadra kill. I can't imagine you'd be upset with something that gets a quadra kill.
Yep, actually did perfectly fine into the Alistair as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Volibear
And the Volibear.
coming out.
Now,
Believe that's
I assume
probably
that's a
top
Volibear
lane
jungle, right?
Volibear.
Do you think they're banning Volibear away from from tank?
I'm
I don't
not
think that's
actually
true.
sure who plays
I think that's
Volibear.
Detoxed Egg. I'm gonna look up Detoxed Egg on op.gg
Yeah, go ahead.
and I'll let you know. Because I feel like that they wouldn't be leaving up Teemo and banning Volibear away from tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Gwen being slammed R3? If it is
Detoxed
a...
Egg is Volibear. Excuse me, Volibear's most sorry, Volibear is Detoxed Egg's most played character in ranked this split. And his most played character in general, and his highest mastery champion.
Okay. This makes me a little bit confused on the Gwen slam here then. Because if they knew they've been banning Volibear, they know that it's the jungler who likes Volibear. So now they just slam Gwen into it.
Maybe it's Gwen Jungle.
It could be the Gwongle.
We do like Gwongle. Katarina ban. I do like the Katarina ban. It felt like the Katarina was the only thing keeping them in that game. In that game too.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
What do you want to see on this B5 ban? The Victor ban for LQS for their last ban. I don't.
B5 could
The B.
just be a jungle ban, I think.
I like Aatrox ban here. Evelyn. Okay. They don't believe that it's Gwongle. They think it's Gwen top.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna flex it on R5. They're gonna pick a mid laner here, something safe. I don't know if this mid laner plays. I don't know if this. I don't know if Show plays Oriana. He plays Yone and stuff like that. Maybe they might play Yone. Uh, Vladimir.
Vladimir.
Okay, that's the W Max Vladimir for sure, isn't it?
Maybe. It's entirely possible that that build has not reached their ears yet. So there was a Vladimir that I faced relatively recently that just went the normal standard build. So you might know it if you like go onto Twitter and like find it, but
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, they no picked on B4.
That's probably the Malzahar that they are
That's the
hovering right now.
Malzahar. Cool.
So it's Malzahar. That's Malzahar, and they're going to pick their D5
Yeah,
here.
looks like Rosticon typed it in. Thank you,
Yep.
Rosticon.
Rosticon on Malzahar.
I mean,
Malzahar.
Malzahar's a really good answer into not knowing what's going on. You just pick whatever you need. And the Aurora champion
Yep,
into
that is
Vladimir.
a Volibear jungle with Aurora going in the top lane for tank.
Now we'll just need to see if this Gwen is jungle or top or I guess could be Vladimir. Is it Vladimir mid? No way.
Vladimir is more commonly seen mid lane.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure he's mostly a top laner at this point.
At least maybe.
This could be like a double flex. This could be flexed around a lot.
It can. That's entirely possible.
Urgot. So it is Gwen jungle, Urgot top, Vladimir mid, Vladimir into the Malzahar, Aurora into Urgot, and Gwen into Volibear. I don't know how I feel about Gwen this game.
Going on from losers, queue, survivors.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Gwen this game. I don't think I like it too much.
Gwen does well into Misfortune and Pike,
Sure.
she's going to have a hard time to get access onto like Aurora, and Malzahar are a little bit annoying.
And
Gwen kind of
Volibear.
eats up Volibear as well.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know
Or
how that matchup goes typically.
Gwen, if they're good, they can play a little bit at range, and they have a lot more burst, and they can kite the Volibear. Volibear's main win condition when in fights is getting his second W off. If he gets that second W off, that's like, okay, I won the fight.
Yeah. Gotcha, that makes sense.
Vladimir Malzahar matchup, I believe that's actually Malzahar favored.
Yeah.
Mainly because Silence fucks him up, Space Aids affects him while he's in pool, and R can stop him in his tracks and let his team just take him down. Malzahar R also just fucks up the Gwen. If Gwen is not immune, then yeah, fucks him up. So yeah, really
Look.
interesting set of picks. I'm going to get the prediction up and running.
So you'll like this. In Emerald Plus, which we're using Emerald Plus because I feel like that's a good ranking for the average of the GG, as you said earlier.
Yep.
In Emerald Plus, Malzahar wins against Vladimir 57% of the time.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That is, yeah, that sounds like an awful matchup. That's very funny. I don't know. I think I believe in DraftKings. I think this misfortune is gonna do a lot. Bet? You want me to bet?
You can if you want to.
Oh, I'm talking to Brian typing
Oh.
in chat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it looks
He
like
talks eggs in the bathroom. Little potty break.
I mean, hey, I need one too, so.
Yeah. Long 3-game series, like.
Yeah, this is a cut into our series if this game goes long
No.
enough. It's not gonna go for 2 hours, but I mean it's gonna cut into our prep.
Yeah. Gonna be a little bit
You
annoying.
wanna
We do have
if it
another
takes
game that's going to be happening at 10 p.m. It will be our team, good old Smelly and the Dogs versus Kitten Kickers.
Yeah, that's a reference.
Yeah.
They love none of the original members, by the way. None of the people that were on Puppy Punters are on Kitten Kickers. I think Kitten Kickers would be a great team name if it was the team that B Cypher was on.
That would be really funny.
Yeah, to just like I'm keeping the same thing over and over again. That'd be great.
Alright.
Something I just noticed is that there's only 2 captains that are below. There's only 3 sorry. There's only a quarter. Sorry, excuse me. Only a quarter of the teams are below plat for their captain. It's actually only 2 teams, even not even a quarter. Rostacon's team and Team 2 BBL Drizzy. Both of their captains are in gold. Everyone else's captain is plat or higher.
Yeah, it's some higher elo captains this time around.
Yeah, I do definitely make it. It does feel like that makes it more balanced, in my opinion. Where like you're not going to end up on a team where there's like 3 master tier player, not obviously not like that, but 2 master tier players and a diamond or something like that.
Yeah, little fun fact. I think there are more Masters players than there are Emerald players playing in this tourney.
Let's look that up.
No, there are more. There are actually a lot of Emeralds. Never mind. What is it? There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I wish they didn't change.
There are like 10 Masters Plus players, and roughly, I think 12 Diamond players. 2.
Are we counting current Emerald players or past Emerald players?
I'm just looking at current. 1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Emerald players.
Okay. There are 11 or 12 Diamond players, 13 Emerald players, and 10 Masters plus.
Yeah.
It's very heavily top skewed.
Mm-hmm. And that's what makes these lower elo players actually the most important players on their team.
Yeah, exactly. You need to find those lower elo players that chances are you're going to have like 2 or 3 very competent players on your team.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point it's like, all right, which of these lower elo players is like a
There's
diamond in the rough that you can mold into the perfect person for your team that maybe is able to punch a little bit above their weight class and one of those really good value picks.
Yeah. Like, if you remember fall of last year when Emerald was first added, there were so many players who were super low elo compared to where they ended up. Like, if I remember correctly, Flipper was drafted fall of last year at like Emerald, or like Plat 1 or Emerald 4, and now he's Diamond 3. So it's like, that's an insane amount of value compared to what he was drafted at last year. I believe WS Phoenix was drafted as a gold player. Maybe not spring, but maybe also in fall. A lot has changed in just 2 splits.
Yeah, so many
So,
rankings moved on around.
mm-hmm. You ask, is Pikmin Guy 3 asks, is there a way to see chat rules again? I've got no clue.
No clue.
Yeah, there is. So next to at the bottom right, you can view chat settings. And within that menu is the view chat rules button, which brings up the chat rules again.
Just don't be an idiot. That's the best way to.
Yeah.
That's the best way to not break any rules.
Before you chat, think, what would Jesus do? And the answer is that Jesus wouldn't be in Twitch chat.
Yep, pack it up, boys. Get out of here.
Oh no, someone like
I saw the viewer count go down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, that's very funny. All right. Looks like we're still waiting on a bathroom break.
Man is snacking. This is taking quite a bit of time. Really annoying. Oh, we do have an R coming out.
All right, my Discord stream is lagging a little bit. Would you mind? Hold on, let me see if I can reset it. All right, we're all good actually. You don't need to do anything.
Alrighty.
Finally in the champ select. Maybe they're stalling for as long as possible so that we don't have fun in our match.
Maybe. That's pretty devious of them.
Yeah. Especially because we're not even in the same group, it like wouldn't affect them at all.
And they're just messing with us to mess with us.
Uh-huh. Just for fun. Can you say something you would say in a league game? If the next words out of your mouth if the next words out of your mouth aren't Aurora no Flash, then maybe not. Depends on what you would say in a league game.
People say all kinds of stuff in league games. Because realistically, you can say anything you want in a league game. You might get banned afterwards, but you still say it, like.
Mm-hmm.
People fear what they cannot understand.
That smiley face hides something devious. I know it.
That fear I smell?
Place is a horrible person.
That might count as bullying.
She went from happy person to horrible toxic.
That's the League of Legends effect.
Yep. Sounds
Wait,
about
I just had a brilliant idea. I'm gonna go, wait. My headphone cord is long enough that I can sit on the couch behind me while watching the game.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm holy moly.
You're
I
ready
can
for blue team to get Baron and do nothing.
yeah, I could be reclined. Maybe I shouldn't pull up the Twitch stream as my main screen. I should probably pull up the Discord stream so I'm not like speaking a full second and a half behind.
Well, maybe. Pull
Alright.
up the stream on your phone so that you can have Twitch chat still.
Yeah, no. Don't worry, I have Twitch chat open.
All right.
I've got it on my second monitor.
He is prepared.
I am in the lap of luxury right now. Hydrated in my lane. Whatever the rest of that thing is. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Game 3. DraftKings. LQS. Let's get it going.
Yep.
Do I sound too far away?
You're sounding a little bit farther away, but
All right.
I personally can hear you.
How about now? Am I good now?
I think you're fine. I don't know what Twitch will say.
All right. Do I sound too far away? Mr. Chatters?
What if they just didn't even hear you?
That would be funny. I have a friend who, whenever someone is having microphone problems, he just starts saying, "Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, I heard you." Like while they're trying to fix their things to like mess with them. Very toxic.
I approve. All right. Just waiting on spectator delay.
Yeah, 2 minutes left on that. So how are you? You're in a master's program, aren't you, Arcana?
I am. I'm currently in the Masters of Engineering for computer science right now.
So, is it a computer science degree or an engineering degree, or is it both?
You know how it's a computer science masters. It's just like
Okay.
in, the College of Engineering. Like
Gotcha.
there's two different computer science masters you can go for. There's like a Masters of Science where you have to do a thesis, and a Masters of Engineering where you don't have to do a thesis.
And so you picked the one that you didn't have to do a thesis for?
Yes, because I don't feel like writing a thesis.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah.
How much longer you got on your master's program?
I literally just started it.
Okay.
So I
a
need to
few
make
years
like
then.
an actual plan of study and see how long that'll take. But hopefully I can finish it in hopefully like 1.5, maybe 2 years ish.
That's not too long.
Yeah. That's I think the expected timeline.
I mean, once you have your master's degree, it's like doesn't matter how much time it took you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of. You can take like a long time on it, really, if you're just doing what a lot of
If you're
people
trying
do
to,
is like they're working and then they just take like one class at a time.
trying to just making a living while they're doing it. But yeah, I presume you have some other means. No need to get into it, but I just taking all those courses at once. I'm sure you'll be paying that back at some point.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Skins.
or you won't. All right,
Skins.
who won the skin battle? I
Ink
love
Shadow, pretty
Yamagari.
good. 3 honors. I actually haven't
actually
seen that one in game. Optimal, what the hell are
love
you
it.
doing with a base misfortune skin? I'm sorry, you
All
guys
right,
lose.
I'm blue team. Blue team wins. Oh no, not blue team. Sorry,
Red team wins. Red team wins the skin.
Yeah,
battle.
red teams win. Red teams win. I love Pajama Guardian Urgot. It's so cute.
It's very nice. It's one of those like cursed but nice skins.
It's not cursed at all. He's just in a cosplay. He's happy. Can't an old bitter man be happy for once?
No, they have to be old and bitter. Otherwise, they're breaking the stereotype.
That's rules were made to be broken.
You make a good point.
Like buildings or people.
Okay, both teams actually. One team has a 4-stack, other team invading as 5.
That's
They're gonna
fine.
catch them walking into the jungle. Gwen?
I think they're just gonna let them go by. Or the Gwen's coming down.
There's
Gwen is
going to
coming
be a
down.
fight here, and it's going to be epic.
This is a classic game 3 strat. Oh, someone's gonna finish their channel first.
No, yeah, 3 of them are
Oh, if they walk
recalling.
in right
Oh
now?
no, this is going to go so horribly for blue side.
Go, 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 go. You have to go now. Oh, they're going around the other way?
Really?
Or they're just... Oh my god.
They're just letting them walk out. Oh my god.
I do wanna call back to that moment. Do you know whose quote that is? What champion quote that is?
Jinx.
You're such a
No,
nerd.
Vi.
No, it's Jinx.
It is Jinx. Yeah. One of the arcane
Uh,
characters.
Yeah, true. Arcane Season 2 coming out in a few
I'm
short
so
months.
excited for that.
And hopefully the series will be done by then.
No, they said that there will only be 2 seasons for
No,
Arcane.
I meant
Oh,
tonight.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last match kind of fried my brain. My apologies.
Yeah, last match was a bit of a rough one. Let's hope that they've cleaned up a little bit.
Hopefully.
Maybe that's what they needed. Maybe that's what they needed. They were just a little skittish because they needed to use the restroom.
Yeah, they've been holding it in for too long.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has those days.
Exactly.
Malzahar pressing E on the wave, one of the most skilled maneuvers the Malzahar can do.
Oh, Flash
Flash-
already being burned by the Jin. Scared of that hook and follow up. Not
That's
sure if he really needed to, but
It looked like he would get caught by the edge of the hook
he would. But
from where he flies.
I don't think he would die from it. He would definitely get at least. He would get
He
hurt.
would get chunked quite a bit. I think he should have just used the heal instead.
Then he would
maybe
have to
heal
burn the heal a little bit earlier so the move speed can actually get him out of it.
True. Or he could burn the heal afterwards to try and give his health.
Regardless, he was
health.
losing a summoner.
Yeah, it's just all dependent on if he was actually capable of burning heal there and living,
Well, Tank's
or if he
actually
would have had to burn
doing...
flash out.
Got a
What?
little bit of vision, knows that the Gwen is on Krug. This is something that I noticed in game 1 that Tank did. He got the third wave to crash into tower and used that time to get a bit of info onto the end jungle and Decipher. Forced to burn heal and
Oh my god.
Battle the Frog gets knocked up in turret range.
That looked really strange because the headbutt went in on optimal and then Pike was just in range for the pulverize, so it was a failed combo, but at the same time a successful combo.
And, like, it worked out.
Yeah. Like you got the right answer, but you used the wrong formula, so you get half a point off.
Pretty much, yeah. Now, we do see both junglers are over here trying to test the scuttle, but red team
One of
on
their-
the first move, there is no flash on the Bully Bear, and he should just fall down right here. A little bit of miscommunication on the side of the DraftKings. They should have called, hey, we were looking to reset here in the bot lane. Elzhar, I don't have any pressure, I don't have any mana. I'm not going to be there to help you.
Definitely a misstep by Detox Tag, maybe a bit of miscommunication from the whole team, but I feel like as a jungler you should be aware of where your laners are, even if they don't tell you.
Yeah, it's about like what kind of communication structure they have in place, and they
Just clearly
regardless
didn't
they
work
need
out
to know.
there. Yeah, it didn't work out there, whatever they end up doing. Nighthawk engaging, might have to flash here.
Yeah, he's getting really quite low. Gets taken down by the double up from his
Ooh.
fortune.
That looked crazy.
Oh yeah,
That I need to watch the Twitch stream to see a replay on that.
Optimal has
Looked like
been
he queued.
doing
Go ahead.
quite well in the bot lane so far, which is pretty expected. He
Is it-
is the highest ranked ADC we have.
Yeah, I believe second place is Standby. I recall.
I believe so. Both of which have peaked Grandmaster.
Optimal
as
just peaked at a higher level, like at a higher rank, if I recall. Like higher elo number.
I think so. I know that he was the highest
Oh, Standby
Elo
actually has the
ADC
higher peak.
available to be drafted.
Standby actually has-
was a
yeah.
captain, so he was not able to be drafted, but he is a high
Mhm.
Elo ADC.
Yeah, Standby actually finished at 851 LP, and and Optimal finished Grandmaster 611 LP.
Oh yeah, so Standby. 200 more LP than Optimal.
Yeah, technically making Standby the highest ranked player at the tournament, which makes Optimal the second. Looks like fighting over the grubs here.
To the grubs here, but we have Roscon moving in first, unable
Wow,
to
that
get
was
away
such a
from the
strange
Urgot
interaction.
ulti though. Will fall in response. Vladimir trying to get some work done, but not able to do so. Still,
That was such a strange interaction where Urgot still pulled the Urgot still pulled in the Volibear despite being Malzahar ulted.
yep, he was able to get the cast off right before getting stared at by Malzahar. I believe Malzahar didn't do the correct combo there. I'm not sure if there was a dot on the Urgot, and getting refreshed and getting hit by Voidlings. Regardless, Nighthawk finding engage onto Optimal, but gets taken down himself. Never mind, does not burn the ignite, and now Optimal in a precarious situation. B Cypher also getting low. Everyone.
Yeah, Summoner heal in just a second up for B Cypher. They might try and play this still.
Yep. Out of the frog. Looking.
Oh my
Yes,
god,
Nighthawk instead, and B Cypher misses
use the
W.
heal. Oh my god, he didn't hit heal. Oh my god, he wins that if he hits heal.
Very
That's so sad.
Lost that by a hair.
Yeah,
now, once
and
again,
that's really gonna
Scuttle
turn
Crab.
the lane.
Everyone loves these crabs. No, this time, Detox Dag not gonna end for it.
That's so tragic. That could have been such a turnaround for B Cypher if B Cypher and Nighthawk if they had gotten the trade there. But now this misfortune has a Vamp Scepter BF sword, and you're not doing anything with the
Yeah,
Scout
but we have a
Slingshot
roam
there.
coming from the top lane and support. But here comes Detox Egg, the big bear, jumping on in, only to run away. Biting off a little bit more than he can chew, but manages to still get out.
Saving his mid laner. I don't think his mid laner was in danger. He already spent the flash, but you know what? That's
Gotta show support to his teammates, you know? I'm here for you.
These are trying times in week 1.
Yeah. Ulti coming out of Aurora, and nothing much else going
Nothing
on.
happened.
I believe it barely did
Nighthawk
not trip. Ooh, engage going on to Rasakhan under the turret.
That was such a strange engage because the Malzahar ult landed and then got immediately cancelled by Alistar.
Oh,
But
that's
that meant that the Alistar combo disconnected.
Pike goes down Optimal. He's getting snipped right here. Should not be. Ooh, picks up the Alistar though with the turnaround ulti. This
Again with a
still
double kill.
should not. Oh,
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's disgusting. That's so funny. That no one hit no one was hitting that dragon. That's so funny.
Volibear kind of just walked up and smited, hoping for the best. Gwen didn't even smite there.
Yeah, I know. I think her buddy took it. That's really funny. Oh my goodness.
Having pressure in the top lane. Roscon
Having a Mountain Drake, good.
Roscon's actually doing well in the mid lane. He's up a bit of CS, going to go up by 3 as long as he picks up these 3 minions. And should just recall
up by
here.
a full wave technically.
Yeah, he is. Oh, tank. Oh,
Unfortunate.
No, tank. You're dead
Ooh.
here. Yep, not too much
but
reset
that'd
right
be-
there, but Optimal finding his opportunity, knows Alistar is top lane. And gets
Ooh,
a good
I
trade
think you
on
could-
the B-Cypher. Ooh, and kills him with the
Oh
double!
my goodness.
And Show trying to respond in the mid lane. We get stunned up by this Pike. To run on and try to get the last Q, but does not.
Ugh.
Pike successful roam into the mid lane. Both supports
That is-
making good moves across the map.
I don't think you... Oh my goodness, that's... Okay, the Aurora ulti actually successful this time,
Yep,
but it
Tank
doesn't
trying
look
to
like
find
you
his
have enough
opportunities,
damage.
Stalling for his
That's a
bully
very-
bear. They're just going to
that's a
try and
very
dive this with
fast
the bully
bear.
bear. Ulti stunned down. Call of the Storm being brought down. Trogbog is able to trade the kill, and Tank is now tanking the turret. Now everyone is here in
And-
top lane. Unfortunate set of plays puts them down 2 kills in that exchange.
Wow. Yeah, that is a very rough, and that's the 6 grubs again for red side. They got the first set of grubs after a small skirmish, and now they're gonna get the second set again.
Yep, Tank going a little bit too early with the Aurora ultimate, and its Detox Egg is just too far away for the follow-up, even with the Ghost.
Alistar, actually this Malzahar pick is a little bit
Finding
bad.
an opportunity in the mid lane here, gets Malzahar ulti as well, and should be just a clean kill with that. Alistar tanking up the turret with the ultimate.
Very clean dive. Very clean. Also points out a very annoying concept of spell shield characters into Alistar, where your spell shield just doesn't work because he hits you with 2 spells at once. This Jhin might die. They might just dive this Jhin.
Yep, they're letting Pike go first. Actually, no. Pike did not go first. Good flash out of the Jhin. Is able to collect the kill.
Oh my god!
Now,
Can he hit the
Optimal running
shots?
for his life, trying not to get shot by this Jhin. Is able to dodge
Seems like he
it
hit.
out.
Yeah, he dodged most of them. Alistar's back though. Alistar has flash, and he's fast. Misfortune might be faster though.
Misfortune strutting away.
Yeah. And Volibear was there in support if they overextended. Oh, Trogbog with the flash ult.
Yep, that. Oh, he canceled. The
Oh my
pullback.
god, you can do that? Since when? Holy shit. I didn't know that.
fully believe that was unintentional. But that was
No.
cool regardless. Typhon
Hey,
going in on
Tank
to
is a
the
master tier
Detox
player.
Egg with the Gwen. Is getting to get CC'd and taken down by the Bully Bear with the help of Pike R, and now it's just a lone cow in the jungle. That's not where cows live.
That was definitely just a bad... I think that was just a bad call. Your Jhin didn't rotate to help you. He pushed in the wave, and you're caught with a Misfortune and a Pike right on top of you.
Yeah, trying to do something cheeky, but yeah, wasn't allowed to there.
I will tell you, this game, compared to the first 2 games, this game feels like a banger.
Oh, definitely. Only 1.1k gold lead difference. We do have 6 scrubs over on the side of LQS, but
And
only
also the
matters if
Mountain
they're
Dragon.
able to hit turrets, which I guess the Urgot is able to do right now.
Yeah. Wow.
No,
He
Urgot
took those
takes
2
down
plates
turrets
in one wave. I
relatively
think that was
quickly.
one.
I want to pay a bit more attention to this Urgot to see if he's properly using his W. If you want, no, okay, never mind. He is not anything special in Urgot. So what you want to do with Urgot W is you want to do 3 W autos and then cancel it, then do a regular auto, and then turn it back on. That way
Is
you
it
get
3?
like optimal DPS.
I knew that you
it
did
drops
some.
like Hull Breaker and all that. Very quickly.
I mean, he doesn't have a hull breaker, so
Yeah,
that's...
he doesn't, but it's still an increase of DPS in general.
It looks like everyone's rotating up for Rift Herald.
Looks like
That's
it.
a very
Optimally
interesting
engaged on,
engage
but
from the Alistar.
doesn't have the backup to help him just quite yet. Vladimir a little bit behind.
Flashing
Ulti
out.
coming out from Aurora's. They're stuck in the bullet time. And now Vladimir trying to get away, gets Malzahar ulted. Now Gwen trying her damnedest to get away now after popping the ultimate. Now
This
they're
might be
just on
time for the
full
curtain
retreat.
call. This could be a really good curtain call angle. Maybe to try and stop this. I guess they're not going to try. They're just going to give it up. But all these people at half HP, I feel like the execute damage from Jhin ulti might be really good here.
He doesn't believe
guess they
in
don't-
himself, I guess. These teams
Yeah.
are still playing. Yes, they are. Game 3 banger.
Yeah, I believe one of these 2 games was 40 minutes at least.
I believe it was the
Right?
second game.
Maybe it was both.
It was the second game at least.
Yeah, that second game felt like it was an hour and a half.
There was also a really long bathroom break, and Optimal getting jumped on. Doesn't get stunned, manages to flash away just in time.
B-Cypher does die. Looks like Aurora is going to get some damage on the top turret. Top tier 1 for blue side has already been destroyed, so just getting back some stuff. A 2.5k gold lead at 15 minutes is about half of what it was in game 1. or excuse me, game 2 is half of what it was in game 2. So we'll see if that leads to better things. I think Vladimir Gwen is definitely better scaling than what they, than what they had in game 2.
Oh, definitely. They won't be getting popped quite as easily. Gwen has her W. Vladimir has his pool. That being said, they can still get stared at. Unless they build a QSS.
They can get outskilled. Anyone can. But, you know.
Actually,
it's a little bit harder.
That I just noticed, this is not the W max Vladimir. Usually with W max Vladimir, you take double scaling with grasp and all that. But oh, never mind. I stand corrected. He is W maxing. I just rolled.
He just has different runes.
Yeah, he has a different rune page. Usually you go with double scaling. You won't see a fight here. Double TP coming in from the Aurora. 3-man Aurora ulti gets knocked back to the other side. Misfortune bullet time over everyone. Show trying to get some damage done there, but Trogbog falls. Gwen trying to snip onto tank. Does not get him, and now Typhon trying to run away. Gets the bear instead.
This is a curtain call.
Trying to run on away. Tried to play a bit of interference. Vladimir and his opportunity gets into the pool. Nice Pike ulti for the kill, and it's going to fall.
This is
regardless.
A curtain call.
Now tank 2 HP, trying to dodge out on the Jhin ulti, will not be able to do so, and overall it's a 3 for 3.
3 for 3. Blue team gets the tier 1 in bot lane. Red team gets the dragon. I would call that a win for LQS. Definitely, I mean, you lose 300 gold from the turret, but you get that dragon stacking continued. You're still fighting, and these fights are still really close. This Misfortune is incredibly fed, but that's not necessarily, you know... I do trust Optimal's positioning, so to speak, so I don't know if Misfortune being fed is a good thing, per se, but all of the gold isn't... All of their eggs are in one basket.
Oh my god, Rusticon with the outplay!
Holy fucking shit, Rusticon MVP.
He canceled the Alistair W with his R!
Holy fuck, Rusticon is the MVP.
Oh my god.
That guy's the GOAT.
He was dead to rights, but timed his R perfectly. Meanwhile, Tank, not as lucky. Gets taken down by the 2-man squad of Typhon and Trogbog. With the 6 scrubs too, they should be getting this inner top lane turret as well. You can trade it for mid lane outer with the use of the Rift Herald.
And it looks like they're getting good damage on that.
They're pushing for the inhibitor turret.
Yeah, someone has to back for this. No one can back. They're running back now, but they're gonna get it. Do you think they take the inhib, or do you think they just leave now?
They shouldn't.
Okay, Show trading it onto Rusticon. He does have the ulti back actually because of Malignance. You can't actually trade into Rusticon while he's under turret like you would be expecting to.
Oh, gets stared at. Oh, cancels the R early though.
Oh, he canceled it. He canceled it. Oh my god. He could have gotten another solo kill.
Rusticon remembered that he needed to Q before his R and started queuing after he R'd instead.
No. I think that was Rusticon throwing one back to them. He didn't want to make him look too bad, you know?
He can't look too good, otherwise his stocks get too high. He wants to be a great value pick, you know?
I mean, he currently is. He is currently the greatest value as captain.
You know, fair enough. Make a good point.
Alright. Well, that makes things an even game in terms of gold, basically. 6 grubs for red side, excuse me, 4 turrets taken, and 2 dragons. So, as Baron is spawning, no one is in position to take it early. I have a feeling this game is going to go a little long.
Aggression going on to Show throws down the ulti. Frog.
He has ghost.
Ooh, he's getting low though. He needs to back on out. Tank.
Tank is 1v. Tank is
2. Now gets hit by the Urgot ulti, flashes in a straight line. Unfortunate here.
Oh my goodness. Malzahar.
The rest of them. Here comes the Alistair though, and the Jhin to back him up.
Curtain call? Well, I guess we just
over the top of 4, but it's too late. This Malzahar is burning down, so will Optimal, and that Jhin
goes to
going
Jhin.
for like a large bounty, shutting down Optimal.
I actually really like Jin collecting the shutdown there because Vladimir's already so far ahead. You don't need him to have more gold. But the Jin here, I mean, the Jin does have 6 kills also, so maybe Vladimir would be better with the gold as he is safer. But I think this Jin build, I mean, from what I've heard from other AD carry players that are better than myself, the Jin build really comes online at 3 items, and getting yourself advanced to that faster is definitely a good idea. And they're onto the Baron.
Yeah, they're sneaking this Baron. Gwen does incredible Baron damage, and with Alistar tanking it up, it's an easy secure right there.
Wow, this game swung in the other direction so quickly.
Oh yeah, it was a dead even less than 1k gold lead, and now almost 4k up on the side of LQS.
Even before that, DraftKings was up 3k gold, or not 3k, but like 1.5k gold. Excuse me.
Yeah. Now...
And then they traded the tier 2 and the inhib turret for tier 1, for 2 tier 1s, excuse me. And then they traded a bunch of kills off and Baron and a shutdown. It's just
good 2-man knockout
oh my
coming
god,
from
the
Nighthawk.
engaged.
Now this Volibear kind of caught out. Does get eaten
Volibear
up by
dead.
Furigots. Gwen trying to sniff at them.
Jin W here.
Jin W coming out.
There it is, forces
away.
the flash.
Not much more going to come out of that particular fight.
Yeah,
but
they're going to be able to push.
Mess up the combo a little bit too close. Buffer it
I'm pretty sure Nighthawk has messed up that combo every time he's done it. I have not seen him do that combo successfully while I've been paying attention.
It's he's definitely done it correctly a few times. What can
maybe
mess some Alistairs up is trying to do the combo when they're like a little bit on top of them, like just barely out of range of the Q. Because they're not used to timing the Q.
Oh, the Vladimir just ran it down.
But the bullet time coming out on top of the Aurora ulti gets them all low, but Typhon, the angle jumps on in. Good block from Tank, but isn't enough. Optimal, barely not able to get out of range.
Can they end here? They're so low hit.
They're
so
scared
low.
of the Gwen. I mean, of the Aurora. Gwen ulting now.
I respect going back here. They're so low. They could get wiped very easily by Pyke ulti.
Oh, definitely. Pyke being up with ulti, that was a pretty quadra kill if they stayed.
And Gwen just on her way out, maybe messing up reset timers a little bit for the Baron. How much is left on Baron? Can you click on someone? It's basically over.
Yeah, hold on. 3/4 up. Realistically,
okay, they actually could have gotten more had the Gwen backed, because then they could be on the map together. If you look where Urgot is, they have enough time to siege that bot tier 3 a little bit.
Yep, a little bit messed up.
If they had all showed up for it, then they would have had time for it.
I wasn't particularly paying attention to if Gwen was able to buy something important with that extra gold. He could have just been wanting to deny.
Looking at the stream, it's just looking at the Twitch stream, it's the haunting guys.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, the haunting guys, and I think haunting guys and Amptome, maybe the finished boots. I could
Detox Egg, you're gonna need to ulti on out over the wall. Come on. A little bit late on that. Should just get snipped.
Yeah, he still dies. Yeah. Oh, wasted curtain call.
Yeah, but Tank not looking too good here. Missed out on the Alistar combo. Rusticon trying to snare at the Vladimir, but they don't have the damage to follow it up. Oh, Gwen.
I think this is
snip and gets shot down by the bullet time. Pyke is popping off, getting 2 kills right there. Vladimir,
3 kills.
No R.
2 kills, yeah.
Q up. Getting shot by this MF here. He's full health. Empowered on Q. Coming up. And Show gets taken down. Shut down over to Tank. They are still alive in this game. Just by a thread, though. This last Nexus turret at barely any HP does fall down. They have an open Nexus now.
Yeah, do they have a ward in base? Red team have a ward in their base? Doesn't look like it. I don't see one.
Don't believe so.
No, those red marks are no ward.
No wards in their base.
Incredible.
Yeah, things are. The kill score is still quite close, but they are down by 8 whole towers and 5k. like 4.1k gold. They have LQS has one target. It's that bot lane inhibitor. You can just go down there. They can just play time.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. They're gonna fight. They found an Aurora caught out trying to get some priority, and that's just one person let down on the map for the Draft Kings.
Oh?
Optimal getting hit by the
Drop
breakout
off.
ulti. Big slow. Now Gwen is ghosting.
Forced to burn the heal. Forced to burn the heal on the Misfortune. It looks like this dragon's coming up in 30. This isn't Soul, though, so this isn't like... This isn't the end of the game.
Oh, they're
But
looking
they might
at
just...
this Misfortune.
Ooh!
Flash burn from the
Unfortunate.
Alistar. They're gonna try and push to end right here.
They might just try and end, yeah.
They need to fight right now, otherwise everyone's gonna start hitting the Nexus. They need to go. Come on. Holy Bear.
Okay.
Running on in only to get blown up. Vladimir getting stared at by the Malzahar. Jin running on in with the force shot. Gets the kill onto the Malzahar, and the Nexus being focused down. And that's going to be game 3 going the way of Loser's Q.
Holy banger. That one was so... That game was so good. That
Very
game felt...
nice of them.
That game
They come
looked
away
really
with
clean.
the series victory.
That game looked really clean from LQS. It seems like they in the game 1 they were probably a little bit hesitant. They didn't seem like they knew their team very well, but as the game goes on, as the match goes on, they got better and better. Oh, and I was one of 4 people who lost points on that, unfortunately. Oh well.
Man, I should have bet. I called Losers Q winning, but I didn't bet. But yeah, Optimal trying his damnedest to carry that game. 34.5k damage dealt. Not able to bring it out, but
do you want to call someone in for an interview?
Yep, let's move on to one of the general chats, see if anyone wants to do an interview, and yeah.
What a match.
What a match.
That was I think that is worthy of being the first match to go to 3 games.
Oh, hello.
Oh wow.
They are coming on in.
Yo.
That's a lot of us.
Hello, hello. Congratulations on the victory of this honestly kind of close match.
Yeah.
Any initial thoughts you had on it?
Well, first, we hadn't talked to each other until 20 minutes before the game.
Nice.
So that was cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So I was right that you guys didn't know who you were until game 2.
Nope, not at all.
Getting those, like adding them right before the game. Hey, you're my teammate, right? Right?
For real.
Oh, that literally happened. Yeah, that literally happened.
You're this guy on the sheet. Okay. You're gonna play. You play this role, right?
Let me look.
Okay, good.
Let me look up your Discord name really quick on the sheet. Yeah.
That's exactly how it was.
Oh my god.
So what champs do you play again?
Yeah. Did you
That
guys
worked out
do any
really well.
scouting?
Kind of. Aside from the fact that it was like, oh, he plays TMO. Yeah, that was kind of.
Nice.
Yep.
You did. Chalkbog did do pretty well into that Teemo in game 1.
Yeah.
Was
I mean,
it just like a prepared pick? Like if he goes
Yeah.
Teemo.
I'm pretty like confident with my pick in like Aatrox into Teemo. I feel like I did all right, but it kind of like blew up in the second game. But it happens.
Well, part of it was
Yeah.
we focused, or like we actually had people going top first game and they didn't, and then second
Exactly.
game they actually started doing that.
Yeah, it felt like in game 1, you guys I think you guys were aware of where the Jarvan was at all times.
Yeah.
No,
No?
we weren't.
I
couldn't say that I
No,
was.
we didn't know where Jarvan was.
Oh, are you sure? I thought you guys got an early word on him.
We did.
I don't
You-
think so.
Yeah,
Did we?
you guys had a
got,
red.
like,
You guys had a word on. You guys had a.
onto his like Krugs and red buff.
Yeah,
So
you knew exactly where he started, and then Karthus got a ward on his second spawn blue buff.
and then like saw him walk up in there.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
I was
maybe you guys
forgetting
didn't. Maybe you guys saw him, but
It was
it
just
definitely.
intuition, I guess.
Too much going on.
Yeah, He was playing for
Um,
bot side 100% that
there was also like halfway through the first game, Timo was just kind of randomly invis in the middle of mid lane.
game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the
Yeah, you
static
static
shift
yeah,
was
I
Yeah,
don't
the
know what
revealed.
static
that was.
shift proc. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know what
I would
that
be
was.
so tilted. I would be so tilted. So that's a tank. That's a Timo thing in high elo. They just kind of sit in random places, and then when a weak player walks by them, they just like auto attack them 6 times and they die.
Blow them up, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, in game 2, right at the end, he hit me with 2 autos and that killed me.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, game
Yep.
2 was.
That's Timo for
game
you.
t-
Yeah.
game 2 was a little rough. It did feel like that you guys were doing a good job of defending up until the very end. How did you guys feel with that game 2? Like going through the adversity of losing the game right there.
I mean, it was just like the Timo was just putting out far more damage than they were the first game. Like we in the second game, we didn't feel like Varus mattered at all. It
Mhm.
was more just like, and it also didn't help that if he tried to knock them away with Alistar, he would then get pulled back in by the Pike. So there was like a lot of times we just have like one person dying, and then
Yeah.
that kind of like went like that.
And also the bars with the locket.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah, I didn't
the
even
locket
notice that
barrier.
until
Yeah,
later.
he was so
yeah.
tanky.
Yeah, I couldn't kill him. If I would have been
Mhm.
able to kill him as Katarina, that game would have bent over technically.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't even
you
wait.
guys.
Which jungler were they game 2?
Jungler
They
was
played
the
they played
Rammus.
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 Oh yeah, it was also like once it got later, it got to the point where like even if I could put out damage, it wasn't worth autoing him anymore because I would just die in the process.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why you build in that matchup specifically. I think people go AP Kaisa so that they can it's effectively deal
Yeah.
with the Rammus.
Well, it's more like even if I'm getting the AP on the autos, I'm still autoing, so it like
Yeah,
Kind of hurts.
it's a bit of a struggle. It's a bit of a struggle playing 80 carry into Rammus XD.
Yeah.
All right. So, who would you guys say was the MVP on your team in this series?
I mean, I think it kind of varied a lot depending which game. Like game 3, I would say definitely Show on like the Vlad.
Oh, yeah, that's
Vladimir
true.
was
Yeah.
popping off. Dealt the most damage on his team and everything.
Mhm.
Game 1 was definitely Trog on
Yeah.
Aatrox.
I appreciate
I
that.
think like taking into account rank disparities, I'd go with Trog.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the first game they just kind of let him do all the splitting he wanted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
didn't really
Yeah,
have
I
a
think
great
you guys had-
answer to any split pushes that first game.
Mhm.
Well, it's
I think-
also it didn't help the Ornn mid, and then they sent him bot, so I just kind of had free farm for a while too,
Yeah.
Mhm.
because that Ornn couldn't kill me.
Yeah, you did also kill him once, I believe. You forced his flash.
I didn't. I would have if he didn't flash there.
Yeah,
but-
you almost
yeah.
killed him. You forced his flash. Yeah. And if I recall, hold on, I've completely lost my train of thought. Who was it that caught the Teemo that ended game 1? Was that also Trog that caught the Teemo?
Which fight?
I have no idea.
It was the
Because-
last team fight. You guys
Because
killed
I think there were
like 4
there were
people in the jungle
multiple
and then ran
times he
into their
got caught
base.
out.
Yeah.
Mhm. You guys, yeah, that's what I was that reminded me of what I was going to say, which is that you guys did a much better job of like keeping yourselves from being caught.
Well,
and,
game
like,
2
being
we kind
patient.
of slacked on that, but the other 2 we did.
Yeah,
Little
but you
bit of
pulled it
happy
back.
gaming.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All
Last
right.
question from me. Riot's bringing back honoring opponents. Is there anyone you would like to honor on the enemy team?
Oh, the support.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
that-
that's true.
He was it was cooking.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
Pike.
I mean,
was
you-
was
super
rough.
well.
The Pike was nasty.
The other thing to remember about that is that support is wait, what? Who is it?
support's,
Yeah,
like,
that
silver,
support
I
is
believe?
yeah, that support
Gold.
is Scooter IW, highest elo gold 4 season in season 10.
Yeah, they,
Yeah,
they
that's
were
crazy.
they were doing work on the Pike.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
was scary.
The Pike was awful to deal with.
Yeah, definitely seemed that
Mhm.
way.
Well, I'm out of questions to ask. If you guys have anything you need to say. Oh yeah, anything to say for preparing for next week?
Brian, you're going down, man.
I have beef. Brian's magic decks are cringe.
All right.
Oh, so there's
They're
a
gonna fuck up
pending
Brian.
issue here. Make sure you ban Kaisa.
Yeah, it hurts, but he definitely is better at Kaisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Brian's just
I'm gonna end